You're making
Oh,
me pause this.
is it the show from tonight?
Dude, dude.
I haven't been paying attention to what's
Oh
going
my
on
god,
tonight,
dude,
but
the show tonight. It's possibly like the show of the year. It's so good. It's
everybody loves an Ohio sleeper, right?
holy shit. This show was like uh, blazing, blazing hot. HAWT hot.
Hot.
Super hot. I mean, the boys are fucking on fire tonight.
Oh,
And
Das Boys.
oh my god, the first set, and that you didn't think it could go any higher. Wait till you hear the crowd at the end of the show. I mean, a proper no encore needed.
Oh, but I'm sure they're gonna do one anyway.
No, I just had to turn the fucking encore off because of this goddamn thing.
Oh, God, sorry. God, I made
No, but
you.
I mean, I
Made you webcast again. I webcast again. Da-na, da-na,
dun, I webcast
da-na.
again.
All right,
Oh my
so
god, that was so intense. That was so good. So good. I that was the show of this. That could be like, I don't know if nothing's topped it so far. You'll have to go back. It's interesting because maybe people will be like, "Ah, it sucked." I don't think so though. This is a hot one. Yeah, very
well, I
very
heard
hot
they
one.
played Petrichor, I think, in the second set.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
there's
First set,
not
I think. Was
or
it second set?
that would make more sense,
Okay.
but I'm not sure. Like I said, I've not been paying attention. I was out on the e-bike down at the Wednesday night farmers market eating pig
Wonderful.
cheek brisket and
Big cheek brisket.
oh,
Okay, interesting. Yeah. All
ridiculous,
right.
and like little French cakes and cherries and things. But what was I gonna say about the thing? Oh, I don't know if I'm chasing it, but there's a very small percentages of songs that I have not seen, but I have never seen live petrichor. It's one of those on my like elusive list.
It was so good. It was such a good show. Such a good show.
Well,
I
hopefully we're going to talk a little bit about my last shows. I was at
I'm
3 nights
sorry.
at
I'm so
Folsom.
sorry to take the rug right out from
That's
under you, but
okay. That's all right.
I just can't believe what I just saw. It was
Well, I'm
so
sure
good.
we'll talk around it. You know, Folsom, I heard somebody on another podcast refer to it as like vibes shows. And I
Okay.
would definitely agree. Like super high vibes. I don't know what translated musically. I don't think it was as high as like those opening nights in New Hampshire or the one off. Where was that
Pittsburgh.
in Pittsburgh? I don't think that Texas or Boulder has hit the musical highs of the other pieces of the run, especially when I hear your enthusiasm about tonight. But we still got like 10, 12 more shows to
Hey,
go.
I
So,
mean, and plus it's like you're at Folsom Field, you're in Boulder. I mean, like you take it for granted that you live there, but I mean that's like just to be there, just to breathe that air. I mean, just in the sea and feel that sunshine.
oh my
That's just
God.
a very special experience. So, and they said, there was a few sentimental moments in there that was like, we haven't been here back here since '93. When they said they hadn't played there since '93, I was assuming that like '93 was like the Fox. Did they play or the theater even? I can't remember.
Uh,
They played Folsom Field in '93.
no. I think they meant Boulder, the town. I think they played the Boulder Theater in 93. They definitely played the Fox Theater, but maybe more like 91, and then they played at a little club on campus when they first came. It was like Club 182. Remember where you could play
Oh
Miss Pac-Man
yes,
and pool?
yes, yes,
And
yes.
so they've redone it now. It's a little bowling alley. I can't
Right.
I think it's called maybe like Connections or something like that on
Yes. Oh my God.
campus.
I think I saw a couple of interesting bands that like went on to do things. I went there a couple of times. That's
Yeah, it was
crazy. I
like a
totally forgot
beer
about it.
soaked, blah, tiny little dark nothing club. You grab a beer on campus. I sometimes would like skip class and just play Miss Pac-Man obsessively for the afternoon and avoid my life in that little club.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine seeing Phish at the Boulder Theater? How sick would that be? That'd be so much fun.
I saw Mike Gordon at the Boulder Theater, who's
I saw
going
Mike
to.
Gordon at the Fox. That's interesting.
Oh, that's cool. I never
Yeah.
saw him at the Fox. I know Trey played the Fox at some point where, like,
I don't know if I saw
you
him.
know, it was like an inappropriate venue for him to be playing at, and everybody went, and I might have even like not been 21 at that point.
Okay.
Something kind of weird back in the day, back in the 90s.
God, that was and it was cool to see the venue. I mean, the campus is so gorgeous, and it was just kind of fun. And I was like, oh, it would have been nice to be there. And I saw the T-shirts. I just got a message from Dry Goods, and they got the Phish logo as like the flat irons, which is kind of
Oh, really? I
yeah,
haven't
yeah. I was
seen
like, oh, I
that.
kind of want that. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I gotta check that out. Somebody
So
sent me a Dry Goods link.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, God, I'm just coming off of this show. I'm just like buzzing. It was so good. It was so good. And I'm on my lunch hour. So here's the deal.
Okay.
We have only a little bit of time. So this is highly unprecedented, and I don't know if we'll be able to do this again. But I know you're going back to school here pretty soon. You're going to New York, or where you're getting out of town. So we don't have a whole lot of. Anyway, this is a extra content, bonus feature, ridiculous. So, and
We're
it's
in
my.
double digits, Brian. Mazel
Oh,
tov.
congratulations on episode 10.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
right.
I
Cheers to
know.
us.
Cheers
God,
to
that's
us.
amazing. 10 shows.
I love it.
Wow.
You've got your morning coffee. I've got my evening boot o whiskey.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I head out of town on Friday. I'm going to be gone for nearly 3 weeks. It'll take me till the end of July to get back home. I'm gonna go hang out with the green team in Yorktown. Mom's taking us on a cruise. We're gonna go to Nova Scotia.
Wow.
I
That's
know.
nice.
Eat some
Look at you.
oysters, Prince Edward Island, and then I'm gonna go see some fish, and maybe see some more fish, and have
You're
a
such
little.
a fucking East Coast little
I mean, the East
princess.
Coast is
You're
where it's
such a
at.
little
Yeah, I'm gonna
princess.
go see my dad. I'll stay on the Upper East Side and
Oh,
hang out with
Jesus.
Mom. We've got a plan to go to Bloomingdale's. I am a
Going on a
princess
cruise? Going to
and
Bloomingdale's?
Bloomies and the Upper East Side is Brooklyn,
Oh,
and we'll
jeez.
see what happens.
I'm
But
kind of okay.
I'm a teacher. I have the summer off. It's my last
That's
it's
fine.
my
It's
final
fine. I
hurrah.
forgive you. Yeah, it's fine.
That's
No,
good.
it's
Yes,
good.
forgive me. All right, I want to show you a few things that I picked up in my journeys this weekend before we get
Okay.
in.
Okay. What'd you get? Okay, hold on. Let me make you big. That's like,
Okay.
how do I do this? Okay.
That's our friend Paige McConnell.
Oh, that's funny. That's a funny picture that's him enjoying the sandwich, right? He's like, it's so savory.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's definitely like a savory shot. So it says on the bottom, I don't know if you can read it because it's backwards for me, but
maybe I can't read it.
it says acid farts.
Oh, goodness
Now, do you
gracious.
know who acid farts is? Here's another one.
Oh, God, who's the ass? Hold on. I can't tell. I can't make that one out. Hold on. You guys have to fix this thing. Is it Bowie? I can't see. Oh, it's Chuck Norris. Okay, it's Big Red.
It's Trey
Trey
Norris.
Christmas.
Look
Okay.
what's in his pants. Good Lord, Chuck.
Good
Jesus.
grief.
He's
Okay.
packing all over the place. So Acid Farts was the guy who was smoking a bong at the Sphere, and Jim Dolan's team was like, "You can never come back to our properties." But
Right, I saw
then
that.
they like
Okay.
rescinded it. This is my favorite lot sticker.
I saw that getting tweeted. What's that? What is that? Risk versus reward.
Yeah, I think it's just a way of life, man, as Zappa would say. It's a way of life.
The way of life, man, on the bus.
I just love it though. It's so quirky. It always reminds me like a little bit of like some Blue Meanie, Yellow Submarine vibes, you know?
Okay. What's that from? I mean, it's a ground score? What is it? Where did you
No,
get it?
actually, one of my biggest Phish head students found me on the floor on the last night and said, "Miss Rawson, you've given me so many stickers. I've got a bunch of stuff for you." And this was one of the best stickers he gave me. I've had
well
another one of
done.
these stickers on my teaching box 13, 14 years. I love it so much. I just love that. It's a good reminder as a teacher, like,
Nice.
what's the risk? What's the reward? It feels very philosophically kind of aligned with the way that I work and kind of take a lot of risks. But here's the real kicker. Here's the best thing I got,
Hold on.
Bri.
I'm getting some stickers on standby. Give me a second. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
did you get my letter by chance? I sent you
Oh
a
no,
card.
you're
Oh.
spoiling the surprise. Sorry.
Well, just there's something coming. I was hoping you would have gotten it.
No, that's
All
nice. It
right,
might be my
so
Goldix now.
you know that I have a really dear friend who lives in Japan. She lives in Kobe. Her name is
Reiko-san.
Reiko.
Yeah.
And her friend did this amazing cross stitch and she photographed it and turned it into a poster.
Wonderful.
All right, it's Grateful Dead content.
Let's make you big again.
And I'm just
fade away. Okay, very nice. Love
it's
that.
all cross stitch.
It's cross stitch. Get out! Wow, she gave that to you. Good grief, that must have taken hours and hours to make.
Look at the Japanese on the bottom.
Wow,
Can you read it?
Something. I don't know. That might be. I think that might be. Do you know what it says?
I think the left side says peace and love, and the right side maybe says something like music is the best.
Heiwa is on the right. Yeah, love. I and Heiwa, love and peace on the left side, and then the right side says. So what else? What does it say? Something.
Maybe like music is the best or something like that.
No. Okay, I don't know. Something. I don't know. I was thinking it might say something. On the 60th birthday is a big one, and there's like a word for it. It's like when you turn 60 in Japan, you get some red things. You wear red in Japan.
Well, isn't this just gorgeous? So
that's
summer,
insane. That's really nice. And what do you? It's a wall. It's a sort of art.
Yeah,
it's
a poster. Like I'll put it in a frame and hang it up. But
Wonderful.
I thought it was so cool because the
Reiko
original
made that, or her friend made that?
No, her friend. I think I'm not sure who it is. Maybe Miki. I'm not sure, but one of her Japanese friends cross stitched this whole project, and then obviously it's like a really wonderful, like high resolution photograph turned into the poster. Because this summer in San Francisco and Golden Gate State Park, they're going to be celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Grateful Dead. There's a big concert happening.
I know, it's so expensive. Everybody's talking about the price.
Are they? I'm sure it is. I mean, so if you
know
come,
how much it cost?
Like $200? I have no idea. A lot more. Wow.
Yeah. For the park, for the Golden Gate Park.
Yeah, it should just be free, really.
Oh, I can't believe it. I heard it's like $700. Like that's the
going ticket price?
No, that's the fucking face value. That's what the tickets are cost. It's like $650.
So I just hope, fingers crossed, that after spending all her money to come to the United States for 3 weeks, that I'm sure she'll get in. I just hope that she has some like good friends to like get her. I mean, she does. She has really great Phish friends, but I don't know about the Grateful Dead community. But Reiko's a G. She goes everywhere. She gets all the tickets, and I think she's friends with Renee. So I think that there's some like overlap there, being the like foreign Phish kids or whatever.
Okay.
Renee humor. But,
I need to get in on that. I need to get in on that foreign Phish friends.
Well,
I just saw that Water Wheel just posted something on Phish.com that they've just announcing how many grants they gave this year so far, and I think on Phish.net. And I was thinking, I wonder if I could apply for one of those grants.
When they come to Japan, Photo Hoku would be a great recipient of a Water Wheel grant, so you guys could do more cool stuff for community and the arts.
Yeah, very much so.
They usually work though with, I think so this time around in Colorado, they worked with a local organization that sort of string cheeses nonprofit outreach called Conscious Alliance. It started with string cheese and jam band. So it's kind of like the best of the home teams coming together. And in our gang of friends, we play Phish bingo, and everybody, bingo or whatever. But everybody pays in $10. I think we had 11 people playing, and the winner this year, our friend Dan Riffle, said, why don't we donate it? And so I suggested we donate it to Water Wheel. So He was rounding up to $100, so our gang is kicking down a little for water wheel
That's
through our
nice.
bingo.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
super
That's
cool.
nice. Let's read some comments real quick because I don't want to ignore
Oh,
the chat
great.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I never ended up seeing 4D, or I mean Ninja
Ninja Cat
Cat.
Matt. Oh, you looked for his pink Titleist
I
hat. You never
fucking
found it.
did. I was with a gang of girls. They said eyes open for a pink Titleist hat. We were
Oh,
on the floor. I
where
didn't
were
see
you,
him.
Matt? Where were you, Ninja Cat Matt?
I
Ninja.
was heading page side all the way to the bathrooms and multiple times with my eyes open, but I did not see Ninja Cat.
Okay.
What up?
Well, what was I gonna say? Matt, Ninja Cat Matt, did you just see that show? Did you see that Ohio show? Howdy, kids. He says, just got done listening to Antelope. Good grief, Antelope. Oh, well, there's a spoiler
Oh,
alert.
good. Okay. We'd been
Okay,
waiting for
spoiler
that to
alert.
come out to play, so that's
Okay,
exciting.
the
Antelope is
fourth was
out.
awesome. Fuego, my fuego was awesome. Okay,
I agree. The
fuego, my
fourth
fuego.
was
That's
my
funny.
favorite show. It was definitely my favorite of the three.
4D says, you realize it's 20 to 5 in the morning. Not even the scrolls are up yet. Okay, yeah,
But
that's the best time
4D
of the
man
day.
is up. He is up,
Yeah,
and he's raring to go before the squirrels.
that's the best
Squirrels.
time of the day, man. Early bird gets worm. Played
Oh,
CU Fieldhouse. Okay,
oh,
is that
that's what
90?
it was. The field
Okay,
house. Mm-hmm.
Fieldhouse. Where?
Oh,
I
it
don't
was
remember
so
that.
hot in there. You had to exit that way to leave the floor. And it was so hot. So the field house is like there's concessions in there. It's kind of like
I've
an indoor area. Very
I've
old
never
school.
stepped foot in that stadium or any little ancillary building around it. I've never once ever. I don't even know. Like I'd be lost if I just like walked around the stadium one time. I don't even
Yeah,
know
the
what.
science side where you were was all the way on the side by the hill, not by the stadium or anything.
No. I was right next to the stadium.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. Right next to the stadium, like
Oh,
right.
the bio building is right
No,
there,
no, Earth
maybe.
Sign. Well, anyway, it's right across the street from the thing
Oh,
was the main building. Yeah, it might
huh.
have moved, but uh, yeah,
Interesting.
I never
Okay.
stepped foot in there. But and I never had any interest. Did you ever see a sport? Have you ever seen a sports game? A sports game there? A football game or anything?
Girl. Do
Is
I
that a
go to
yes or
sport?
is that a no?
That's a no. That's a
Yeah.
no. I saw
Okay.
Bob Dylan at the basketball place. What's the other
I don't even know. I've never been in there either. I've never seen
and I
sports at
graduated in
CU.
that indoor basketball thing, and we do all of our Boulder High graduations now in
Okay.
that wrecked no, what's it called?
I don't even know.
Wrecked field is our field. We call
I've
it
been
at
to
Boulder
the
High.
cinema. I've been to I've been to the planetarium. I've been to the
Yes,
movie
yes.
theater. I've been to
Yeah.
the
What's it called? The
galleries. I've been to the
arena.
Glenn Miller Ballroom.
Oh, yep.
I would have thought Phish would have played there. That seems like an appropriate place for Phish to play. Glenn
I
Miller
think
Ballroom.
maybe they had played there maybe in
They-
the 80s, Glenn Miller Ballroom. I saw Cabaret
really?
Diosa there
Okay.
way back in the day. I saw Amiri
My
Baraka
cousin
there.
played in the Glenn Miller band. He
No
played in the Glenn.
way.
Yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, for like 5 years, so like touring with the Glenn Miller band.
Oh, it's called the CU Basketball Arena, but
Okay.
I've never seen a game there.
Ninja Cat Fox, completely inappropriate venue for Tab.
Yep. That's who maybe played there. Oh, you got some acid farts as well. Yep.
Spy versus Spy vibes.
Ooh.
Oh, the sticker. No, your sticker. He's saying the Spy
This
versus Spy.
one.
Right? Yeah.
Did you
It
get
doesn't.
this one? Talk about music if you're short on time after Andrea's show and tell. Always a teacher. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes. Not sorry.
Love is real, not fade away.
Yes, bro.
Sectagenarian, I think, is September. Wait a second. Sectagenarian, I think. September is 7. Sect 6. Is that where you were sitting? I'm lost. Are you following that? Sectagenarian. I chose Texas over Golden Gate Park. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I would love to I don't know. Phish in California doesn't quite.
Oh.
I mean, the Dead. Would. Yeah.
I
I'm
looked
thinking Phish,
every non-musical second for Andrea, heartbroken, but still hopeful to become friends.
Oh.
Well, Ninja Cat, we are friends already. We just have yet to like meet in the physical realms, and we're modern friends. So I have no doubt that we will have our time.
Andrea and I haven't met in fucking 10 years. We haven't been face to face in over 10 years, I would guess.
No, Phriends.
right?
Oh,
It's
you were on the aisle. Yeah, I was on the floor. It was a whole
I
mass,
thought you were
teeming
supposed.
mass.
Okay. See Event Center is okay. Let's keep going.
Yes,
Mary Ripken
basketball.
Theater.
Oh, you know who I saw there, Brian? You'll remember this.
Who's
Remember Fat Mama
Oh
with
yeah,
Joe
Eric Deutsch.
Russo and Eric Deutsch
Yeah,
and
who's a Black
percussionist
Crow
British
now, and my
guy.
piano teacher.
Yes, yeah, totally. I have a whole list of Bowie songs that Deutsch was like, learn these on piano and or on the ukulele, and we'll jam these out at some point. Like
He's
10 years ago. He's
he's the
awesome.
best.
He
He's the
totally
best.
is.
He can't. He comes. He's been here 4 or 5 times in my years
Do
here.
you see him when he comes to
Yeah, every
Japan? You
time.
guys meet
Yeah.
up.
We
That's
hang for
awesome.
sure. Yeah,
Nice.
he's come with I think Citizen. What is it called? Citizen
Yeah,
Cope,
Cope for sure.
and he came with Nora Jones. I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he came
yeah.
with who else did he come with?
That's interesting because she's a pianist, but she
I'm
probably
trying to
steps out
remember.
to
I
do
saw
other
him once
stuff.
at the Blue Note, and I could have sworn it was Nora Jones, but it may have been somebody. I can't really remember.
Maybe
But
with
yeah.
his wife. His wife is a really beautiful musician as well. She has a
Oh,
band.
Victoria.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've hung
Victoria.
out with her too. She's lovely as well, and I like her music as well. She's really good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like her music a lot. I like her look, her
And then
style, her whole
he came
vibe.
here. Yeah, she's great. And then he came here with uh the Black Crows. He's a
Yep,
Black Crow now. It's
yep,
insane,
yep.
He's a fucking Black Crow. It's so crazy.
It's wild. Actually, it was funny. Milo, my son, put on some Black Crows recently, and it was like this song that I was obsessed with in high school, from the Southern something
Sgt.
something, and
Pepper, yeah.
yeah, whatever that,
That one, yeah. I
and
forget
yada
how
yada
I have it, but yeah.
album.
There's one song
So
that
good.
first they had a genius play at the show before the band comes on for like everybody's sitting down, not doing anything, and they played. I have a feeling they must play this at every day show. They play "Get Up, Get On Up," James
Oh,
Brown,
James Brown.
and
Yeah, yeah.
everybody gets on their feet, and then Chris Robin just comes out and they just go into that song. It's
Oh,
really
that's
fun.
fucking cool.
And
That's
then they did.
awesome.
Oh man, I saw. I'm seeing. They did the whole. It was the Shake Your Money Maker 30th anniversary tour. It
Wow.
was like their
Yeah.
big record, right? Where
Yeah.
she talks to angels, and there was the one song. You'll
Oh.
know it. Seeing things for the first time. It says, you know it, don't you know that one? Oh, and there's like some backup singers on it, and man,
You got to keep going with the lyrics just a ton, the
I had a
melody.
revelation. It was amazing. It was an amazing moment, transcendental musical moment.
Well, I'll tell you, I have had a crush on Chris Robinson since 8th grade. That man can wear some Levi's and boots. I mean, for my whole, not even like beyond my adult life, I have been oh so in love with him.
Look at this, Anne.
It's really how he oh yes.
Hold on, this is kind of rare and
Amazing.
cool.
I love yeah, I've not seen that edition before. It's so
This is a 12-inch single,
oh my god, they're so young.
and there's a it's gonna get the glare on it, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
decked out in full,
90s hippie gear.
full 90s hippie gear, like full the vests. They
Oh
got
yeah,
vests,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they've got leather cowboy hats, and they've got strappies and jewelries,
So great. I
it's
couldn't
there was
believe
one
my
where and then I got
listening
my
to it.
Black Crows backstage pass in here.
Oh, dude, you're like with your
Dude, here,
fingertips
listen to
ready
this.
to go.
Oh, okay, I should not admit that, but anyway. Okay.
Okay.
Shall we get into it?
Yeah, so we are Read Icculus, and our podcast focuses on reading Phish material. So we are here to do our best to help you be readers, and maybe you want to read along with us. Today we're going to be touching on Mike Gordon's quirky sense of design. And we're going to look at an article on Mike Gordon from actually Dwell magazine, not even music, design and architecture magazine. And then I sent you the link to the Rolling Stone article, but I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get to it, where Mike is doing this experiment with trying to track flow state and like analyze it scientifically. Did you see this?
No, I didn't catch it. You sent it on. I didn't see it
I
yet.
sent it right before you popped in, and then we went live. So we're as usual very we're unrehearsed, we're improvisational. We believe in strong and wrong on this podcast, as Phish.
The strong and wrong, right?
Yeah, Phish once advised Ben and Jerry before they went on stage to sing an awkward song, like just do it strong and wrong, and that's a wonderful piece of philosophy. Kind of goes along with the risk and reward show and tell item.
So you want to read this Mike Gordon thing? I haven't read it yet. I've looked at the pictures, but I haven't read it. But we can
Yeah,
read it.
let's read it. Let's read it because
Okay.
we'll get to digress. And if we talk about Folsom, that's cool, but
The
we're
tour is going. Yeah, we can.
the
We can.
tour is going. There are some great moments I do want to just like kind of
Yeah,
mark
yeah.
on the
Let's look at the
board.
set list. Let's look at the set list after we read this thing.
All right. Okay.
I'll pull it up. I'll pull. Whoops. Oh no! Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh goodness gracious! How do
So,
I? The Japanese keyboard throws me for a loop sometimes, actually,
oh, well,
because I
you
have
must
different
be
buttons.
extra smart because you have to translate everything through that.
No, no, I'm especially not. But
Oh my God. I just realized that this sticker,
yeah,
the belt says Phish.
nice.
And there's a giant cock in his pants, which is just funny.
Oh goodness gracious! Present. Share
Like
screen.
like some of those famous Led Zeppelin photos.
Okay, so it's Dwell magazine. It's not exactly an architecture. Oh, it isn't. It's a home.
It's a design magazine.
It's a design magazine. I wouldn't call it an architectural magazine, but it's a homeowner's home design magazine, and it's cool. It's really cool. It's filled with amazing photos, and I'll leave this. Oh God, I can't see anything. Hold on. Am I? Are you? What's on screen? Dang it! I got to get this back to 0.
You're at the very top of the article on screen.
I can't see a dang thing because you suggested that I zoom in on something a while ago, which was nice, but now I
You can
can't
always
zoom out.
control minus to zoom
Yeah, but
out.
control minus is that's the what I was getting at with the Japanese keyboard. The control minus doesn't do what I want it to do,
Oh.
and so it's command control minus. It's not
You,
working. Nothing's working. I'm trying every little. I'm trying every little one, every combo, and it's not working. But 0 should reset it, right?
oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Rio 0 resets it, but it's not resetting it, so I can't see anything. So can you guys? Maybe I should pull up my own stream here, and then I can. It'll okay. That looks good to me. Okay, sorry. Okay, so it's a really cool article, and it has like some great pictures, and we'll just leave it up here. I guess that's fine for us, right?
Yeah, I think that that's great. Or we
Okay,
can,
why don't
and
you
as
start
we
it
go
here?
through, we can scroll the
Yeah, we'll
photos.
scroll it up. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna read. We have text by Jack Balderrama Morley. That is our author. And the photos, just really wonderful photos by a man named Peter Fisher. And we're going to get into it. Our article's title, Phish bassist Mike Gordon's home studio is just as psychedelic as you'd expect. The musician bucked convention with his new space, challenging the playful rigor that's been central to his decades-long career.
Playful rigor. It should there should be some mention of like psychedelic is not the right. I'd say weird is the word we're going for, but psychedelic I guess is a little bit more flattering. Anyway, I won't interrupt. Sorry.
I think there's definitely some like psychedelic design, maybe weird, no, quirky,
Quirky, but like beyond quirky.
unique,
Yeah, beyond these things.
singular,
Awkward,
playful,
awkward,
awkward. Oh yeah,
Andrea.
I mean, well,
Awkward.
Mike is awkward. This is
He's
why
awkward. Yes,
this
that's what
is
I was trying to
part of
point out.
what gets us off on the band is that like
Uncomfortably
discomforting.
awkward.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, this discomforting creativity that is really hard to match when you like chit chat with Mike or kind of yeah,
I
like
can't imagine what it
it's
must
hard
be
to
like to be
relate
like
to him.
married to him or be his best buddy. He's just got to be the weirdest, strangest guy.
I think
So he,
that's why his besties are all like super creatives too. So, but he I don't think he's married anymore.
okay, I don't know that.
Hence the quirk, right? All right, here we go. This is what I do, Mike Gordon deadpans. I travel around the country and sit in things. We're touring his new home studio in a serious looking modern building, but this remark reflects the sense of humor that pervades his decades long career and his space. Mike is best known as the bassist for Phish, the iconic jam band that's ruled festival grounds since the 1990s with shows that incorporate in jokes and elaborate gags for their devoted fans. He also has a prolific solo career on top of that. Considering his packed schedule of touring and recording, it's hard to believe that he has much time to sit.
And there he is sitting in his orange bathtub. It's a very
Amazing.
colorful character. As a bassist for Phish and a touring solo artist, Mike Gordon is on the road a lot. So, for his new lakeside home studio in Vermont, he wanted somewhere he could be immersed in nature and also relax while enjoying the perfect couch or bath. The tub is from Hydro Systems, and the plumbing fixtures are from Philric. Okay, so he's got a very
I
interesting
love that
turquoise. Yeah,
tub.
it's very interesting, right? And
I
he's
mean, I
pretty
don't know
cool.
if you know this about me, Bry. Sometimes I post about it, but there is nothing I love more on tour than a bath. And part of traveling with certain groups of friends is that, like Kevin Daly in particular, is we have stayed at some amazing hotels and we have moved rooms before because the bathroom was not adequate for my soaking
Okay.
needs.
Okay.
But like the boys will go out for their like run in the morning and check out all like the cute running boys, and they'll just leave me. I'll sit in the bath for hours and sing and just kind of meditate. So when I see Mike in this bath singing into his little like water thing, this little masturbation tool there, water masturbation tool, I am like, oh, the bathtub, it's so wonderful. I love the shape. That orange must be just fun as fun could be to just, God, vibe in here. The blue is
What
really playful because orange and blue are opposites. It's just a really great photo. And
were you telling me about somebody in our circle of friends who like was that you? I think it
who
might have
what?
been. Oh no, it wasn't you. It was Josh. Soapy Josh told me that he was at his house one time. And remember Nick and Emily. Nick from like Take Caicos and Turks and Caicos or one of those islands. Red-haired guy. Used to come into the diner all the time. And Emily, she lived in Japan. She like worked as a hostess in Japan. Really interesting couple.
I like the vaguest memory of these names. Yeah.
I know. Soapy Josh said that like one day he was having a huge party at his house,
Oh no.
and he goes upstairs and he finds Emily in his shower, and she's like, "Did you find me?" And he's like, "What are you doing in my shower?" Like fully like in the shower, and she's
Yeah.
like, "This is my kink. I go to people's houses and I take showers when nobody's looking."
Oh my God. Well, I'm sort of resonant with that, but it's more like bath time. I posted up a couple bath photos from this last little Boulder
I
run.
saw them. I noticed
I
them. Yeah.
Why did it take you like 8 years to follow me on Instagram?
Well, I've got like 18 Instagram accounts. I was following you on 17 of them.
Oh, okay.
I just
You're
didn't
right.
follow.
Brian Scott
Okay.
Peterson
Okay.
versus.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
that's
got that.
funny. All right,
Okay,
why
wait.
don't you continue? But
Okay.
Mike.
But Mike is indeed a big sitter. During the design process for this 3,175 square foot recording studio and living space on the grounds of his home in northern Vermont, Mike was far from the aloof celeb directing a team from a distance, and was very hands-on or butt on, as the case may be. He estimates that he sat on on 1,000 sofas over 2 years when looking for one for the studio, spending a few hours a day testing them out between workouts and sound checks. Okay, is like sandwiches to my
Hold
sofas
on.
are to Mike what.
Finish the paragraph, and then let's
Okay,
talk
and
about
then
couch
there were the
tour.
bathtubs. He sat in so many tubs. Brooke Mickelson, the interior designer for the space, tells me like so many tubs. Kind of funny, but
So
I and to come to think of it, like he's kind of he's always photographing his shoes, right? He's like a shoes guy and
Yep,
like a
yep,
sneaker guy. And
yep.
now that I'm thinking about it, it's always about like carpet and sofas as well. I never even really thought about it
Yeah,
until
he
just this
crosses
moment,
his legs. He's kind of got this like standard hang
right?
for his
Okay.
photos. Yeah.
Sofas. Who would have thought? I didn't know Mike was like a sofa. I didn't know he had a
Oh,
sofa
you
thing.
don't remember? So Mike loves, I think, like collections of things, and one of the series of photographs that he has sort of played around with on Instagram. He does the sneaker photos, but for a good while he was doing these couch tour
I
photos.
remember them. I remember this now. Yeah.
And it was like a lot of mid-modern century or mid-century modern, however you say that. But it was like at least 2 years of lots and lots and lots of sofas.
Okay.
We'll find out what he settled on at the end of the article with his couch not tour.
Okay, hold on. I think I accidentally bounced into the. Okay, so here is it's kind of looks a little bit like, not exactly, but Real World Studios. It's like in his backyard, and I don't know if this is going to be a recording studio where albums will be made, but
I should
hopefully so.
imagine.
It's
I
really
should
cool.
imagine.
Yeah, it's
So
really.
I'm pretty sure that's Lake Champlain. Mike lives maybe right outside of the city of Burlington, which is really kind of like a sister city to Boulder. They have Church Street Walking Mall, which is modeled after Pearl Street Walking Mall. And oh, you did that Japanese thing.
I know. I heard myself
Oh,
do
it's
it. Yeah.
cute. But yeah, he's been sort of previewing parts of the construction for the last couple years on his Instagram page. I love the photograph.
Let's yeah, me too. The photos are real nice. Quick few comments. Let's pull up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hold on, I gotta go back.
I tagged him on Instagram, so maybe Mike will pop in to hear our reading about Dwell. I did the little @ Mike Gordon.
I saw this earlier today. Ninja Cat Matt. Yeah, this just got released like within the last 48 hours.
Ooh.
Author Simon Goddard is writing a book series on Bowie. Okay, 1 year per book, evokes time and place, and frames research in fiction style. Bowie Odyssey 72 equals well written. Okay, we might have to tear that one apart. That sounds like fun.
I would love to read more about Bowie and kind of know some deets there.
Okay, some chats going on here.
Who's Spud? Hold on, I never saw Spud before.
Spud Dowdery. I don't know you. Spud Dowdery.
But he's friends with Matt. He's friends with Ninja Cat Matt.
They might be from F Zappa 20 crew. I don't know. Like, yeah, welcome to Read Icculus. We're just a bunch of goofballs here reading and sharing our love for Phish. Yeah, and we go back about 30 years. Old pals, old Phish heads. So happy to have you here, Spud. Yeah. Sweet carpet really brings the room to it really ties the room together.
We'll talk about the carpet in a little bit. Okay. That rainbow
was that
purple.
hold on, was the carpet in that one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I just got a book called 100 Things Phish Fans Should Know or See Before They Die. Cool.
Ooh,
know or do.
What's number 77, Spud?
Oh, good. You have
That's
homework,
my birth year.
Go look it up. Okay, you're 77. You're a snake.
I'm a snake. I'm a fire snake. I just ordered a t-shirt off the internet that says Rebel Scum since 1977.
Nice.
With I don't know, maybe some like Return of the Jedi. Maybe it has like the Millennial Falcon on it or something.
Cool.
Cool. Yes, Mike's Corner. I gotta get that Mike book so we can read some of that, Brian.
I've never seen another one, but yeah, we'll find another one. That orange bathroom book looks like a Wes Anderson image. Yeah, good point actually, 4D. It does look like a one. It looks like it could be they should use this as a set for only AM tool for the ladies. Only AM tool for the ladies.
Oh, the masturbatory water thing. Yeah.
We can get imaginative. I was thinking this. I had the same thought, Matt. I just let her go with it. I wasn't really going to go there, but thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for bringing it back up. Let's see. Mike gave me a ride to get ice at Lemu. Cool.
That was nice of him. He's always got his golf cart cruising around saying hi to the folks. A little
Okay.
stop in chat with the
My
kids.
brush with Phish greatness. You have a photo. You have a photo with Mike from last tour, or the tour before, Andrea. You guys were hanging out somewhere.
I have a photo of me, Mike, and a couple of my friends from California. I was not the one who was like, let's get a photo, but I wasn't going to say no. Oh, IG, look at no, Sexy Witch. That's cute. Jaw Mama, JAHMOMMA 3 is my Instagram handle. Jaw Mama 3. Ja Rastafari. Brian, remember we used to go bowling on like Tuesday nights, and Ja Mama was my bowling name, and now it's like my internet password
That's so
and
funny.
my email address, and we always had big balls and little balls were our teams on it when we were bowling. Cool
I was
stuff.
Lenny.
You were Lenny.
I
That's
was Lenny,
awesome.
yeah, and I had the Wendell shirt, and people were like, "You're Wendell." I'm like, "No, I'm Lenny actually, but my shirt is Wendell."
We went bowling like every week. It was
It
buy
was
one
so
get
fun.
one for like a year or something like that. That was great. I got
71 is Ninja Cat Matt. I'm 76, so I'm a dragon. Dragons and snakes are pals. I mentioned that before.
Year of the Pig. I want to
Pig, we
talk
eat
about
pigs.
Gaiudi, so we will.
Oh, that was a good
77
height.
is
That was a fucking
Jimmy, poster nutbag, and a dog named Harp. That tracks. Thanks,
77
bud.
is Jimmy posted. Wait. Is Jimmy's born in 77? What is that?
It
77 is
was
Jimmy.
seven. It was 100 things to know or
Oh,
see
Jimmy
about
posted that
fish.
bag and the dog named her. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. You got
Hey
to know
Spud,
that.
what's 76 for Brian? That
Okay,
like the poster in Harpua tracks for me.
hold on. You got to get 71 too. 76 and 71, please. Sorry. We
Thank you.
lied
Thanks,
to you.
friends.
Okay, let's keep going with this article.
All right,
Yeah, I
okay.
am.
Yeah,
I should have
sounds good.
brought it down. How can I get this dang
Well,
thing?
I'll read the caption
Please.
of the house if you don't
No,
mind,
keep going.
and
Keep
then
going.
I'll
Yeah.
go.
Oh, wait.
So
It's down at the house. Okay.
there
Yeah,
you
there you go.
go. I love how Brian's ads are in Japanese. The whole building is nestled into the earth, making the surrounding woods feel even closer. I'm not the outdoor type, Mike says. I wouldn't want to be outside, but it's the closest thing to it while being inside. I love that. Microphones on the balcony can pipe the sounds of the outdoors into the recording studio instead of keeping them out, which is really super fascinating. Thinking
Mm.
about recording process, he'll talk about it a little bit in here.
Here's the mics, maybe right here, hanging from the rooftop, perhaps. I don't know. Okay.
Oh,
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Mike's an architecture buff,
yeah.
says Brian Mack, principal architect at Vermont firm Birdseye, which designed and built the structure. He loves design. As we sit in the glass walled recording studio overlooking Lake Champlain, Mike says that he would rather design stuff than write songs. Really? Wow.
Oh,
But he quickly walks that back. I
yeah.
mean, I have to be careful because I'm so into aesthetics and space. With such a packed schedule, design could be a distraction, but it's been one of his lifelong preoccupations.
I've been dreaming about creating places to hang out in and to work in since I was a kid, he tells me. In high school, he built a secret cabin in the woods with his friends, and he installed a hanging platform in his teenage bedroom with a ring of recording equipment that sounds more like an art installation than typical home decor. It's so funny when I read that paragraph, because I pre read the article last night, it made me think about Edwin Hurwitz, who I would imagine also had recording equipment hanging from his bedroom as well. Um, Edwin came to the show and he got to go hang with Mike. And when I
Nice.
get back to band practice sometime in August, I'm going to pick his brain and we can talk about it then.
Ah,
But
you should have tagged along. That would have been
ah,
awesome.
no, I'm so like it. Mike's already awkward enough, and I was
No,
not
but that
in.
would have been the one guy who you would kind of be like, I'm just Edwin's friend. I'm
I
not
know.
here to say
I'll
anything.
just be cute. I play in Edwin's band. Yeah, totally.
Oh man, that's so cool. Wow. So
So,
Edwin allegedly, our pal Edwin, who plays in Andrea's band called the Maydays, and he's the root. He is the, what do they call the root? The mother root? What do they call the root?
Taproot.
Taproot. He's the taproot. He's one of the two or three taproots of the Boulder music scene. And he goes back to like early musical days with Mike, and allegedly taught him slap. I always thought it was like I always thought it was something else, but we got to get him on. We haven't had him on no, we got to get him on.
We got to get him on. He
We got
is
to get him
down to
on.
do it. It's just busy world right now.
Yeah.
When we
So
all
then
get
we
back to school and the kids are all settled, we'll get Edwin on. He'll be easier to get then.
amazing pink kitchen here. I love it. I love this. It's a hand designed, or it's a bespoke sofa
Yeah,
here, and
yeah.
it's very cool. And he's even got like a pink, I don't know, juicer or something, and it's very nice. I like it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's very
totally.
cool.
It's pretty
Okay.
amazing. Mike's gentle sense of humor permeates the space along with his penchant for mid-century modernism. He wanted a pink kitchen, so his designers, architect Brian Mack and interior designer Brooke Michelson, gave him one accented by vintage pendant with a custom banquette and cabinetry filled with pink appliances and cookware. Bird's Eye Wood Shop made the cabinetry and banquette. The cushions are from Designers Guild, and the ceiling pendant is from Door 15. The EOS Neo pull-down faucet is from Frank or
Okay. We're getting
Frankie.
we're getting some details
We're
here.
getting some details.
That's
Those
kind
are
of
those
cool.
like touch center or touch sensor faucets. They're a little, you have to know how to use them to use them. It's like kind of,
Okay.
you need a tour. Now, this is cool. We get this photo of a secret door from the pink kitchen into the
Oh, I
orange
didn't notice
bathroom.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so this is like the spice rack that's like a speakeasy door into orange bathroom, just in case you're a girl with a, kink for other people's bathrooms. It's spicy back there.
Yeah.
God, that tub though is ridiculous. You could really hang out there a while and fill
Looks
it
very
up with
fun.
bubbles.
There's a lot of trickery and hysterical little things, Mickelson says of the space. A door hidden in the kitchen leads to an orange room with the matching tub where Mike can jam.
Okay, so he's jamming in the bathtub. This makes me really excited about some design stuff I've been thinking about my house. Because I was thinking about putting music studio in when I finally redo everything in this property. But then I was like, maybe a bathhouse sounds better and sort of like I would get more use out of it, like Japanese style bathhouse in my actual house. And then I was thinking like, wow, you could just record music in the bathhouse and maybe that would sound really cool. So if Mike can do it, I know
You
I
can do
can
it.
do it
Do
too.
you know what, like, have you recorded? Have you been into like, I'm sure you've been to a recording studio before. I don't
Indeed.
know. Yeah. Has any of them had like an echo room? Like
No, I don't think
some
so.
there's some of these old school studios. I think now you can just easily do this with some
Like
synthesizer,
digitize it,
right?
yeah.
But they used to have these like speakers that were like hooked up to walls, and they're like that they would run these tubes down to like other rooms, and with it they
Oh,
would
and
mic
bounce
the other
back.
end. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm sure
Huh.
the Beatles did it, and like a lot of people
Yeah.
did it, echo rooms. But at the church studio in Tulsa, where Leon Russell famously set up and recorded, they have an echo room down there that's
Hmm.
really interesting, and they also have they have the bathrooms and like toilets like mic'd up. They've got you can hook up like
No.
XLR cables in the toilet. Yeah,
Oh
they've
my
they've set it
God.
up so you can basically record on in any possible room in the entire building. It's pretty well thought out.
Fucking brown note jams. That's so funny. No, the last music studio. So my friend Brian Shea, who when he plays with the Maydays, we call ourselves the Shea Days. He's really lovely. He spent actually a good couple years in Tokyo as well, and has like you would really enjoy him a lot. Loves to chit chat, just amazing creative. But he has a home studio where we did some recording earlier in the summer. Our vocal section from the band is going to be featured on a UK label called the Specialized Project in the next couple
Wow,
months.
look at you.
And our friends who live in Lyons have a really high end preamp company called Grace Design. I don't know if you've heard of them. If you're a music gear nerd, you know Grace Design. But they have several recording studios in the space where they make all of this gear, super high end preamps and interfaces. And Kim Franco works there, so she does all
Okay.
the testing of everything. So she's listening and watching like the modulation of sound waves. And our sound guy works there, and Eben and Mike Grace, their brothers, their company. Mike Grace is just a total genius. But if you look up Grace Design, I think actually Kimmy was telling me she shipped something to Trey Anastasio in the last couple months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kim Franco was famously, if I remember right, was in Cabaret Diosa.
Yes, she was.
And that was one of the most legendary bands of all time. And my friend Chris Till is the. Did you know Chris Till? Chris Till was the.
Tille.
No,
He's a
Till. He's this
oh no,
freaking
maybe.
wizard dude. He's this crazy, mischievous pan guy. He wasn't even in the band, but he made the band. And he brought the band together, and then like he was purely the muse of the thing. It was a very interesting role
Huh.
to have in a band. Yeah, he didn't. He's a player, and maybe he was somehow like a director of the band, but it wasn't. He wasn't actually in the band. He would like drop down from the ceiling and like paint it in gold, and would hand out like honey dipped apples to the audience. Did you ever see this
I
before?
never went to the Exotica Erotica ball they used
Oh,
to
those are
have.
so fun.
But Cab D this last year for Dia de los Muertos on the 1st of November, they did a revival show at the Boulder Theater. And the Maydays opened up for Cab D at the theater, which was so cool. It
So
was
they're still going. That's
packed.
good. Okay, good.
Yeah, they did. They said it's not what it was their byline. It's not a reunion, it's a revival. And they had this whole so this is a psychedelic mambo band from the 90s and early 2000s Boulder. And they were always really theatrical. So this year they did this time machine show where Kim and oh god, what's his name? The other singer, David, they had been cryogenically frozen. And Kim's
Right.
husband, Jake, made these cryogenic freezer set
Costumes.
pieces.
Okay.
And then they bust out and they filmed a whole movie before and they raised the screen. And Johnny Rademacher's is directing the band in Rhapsody in Blue. And
Wow.
then they bust in and then it was just mambo madness all night long. It was so much fun.
Very cool, man. It's great to think of Kim. Give Kim my best and all the credit.
I will for sure. I will
And that's
for
cool
sure.
that she's working with that company. That sounds really cool. Okay, we have
Grace
71 here.
Design. Oh,
For who's
Phish art.
71? Is that Ninja Cat Matt?
That's Matt. Yep.
You got to know your Phish art, your posters, your lot shirts and goodies. Yep, you got that's 100 things you
Nice.
definitely got to know.
Love some
Yeah,
goodies.
okay. I have one of those posters that has like it's like what is it like 101 Phish songs? It's like
Oh
where's
yes, yeah.
Waldo?
I
You
had
have
the
to like
Grateful Dead one in
okay,
college.
yeah,
Yeah,
those are fun.
that was great. Did we
Okay,
get
you're getting a follower.
76?
56 is bust
Oh,
outs and
great.
rarities. Okay, song text.
Yes, Brian, that's awesome.
We gotta get I feel like we got but tonight's show was a not bust out, super bust out, but we got I don't want to spoil it for you, but there were a couple of rarities that came on. There
Well,
was
I heard Petrichor. They finally played
Petrichor,
Antelope.
Waiting All Night. They
Oh, I
hadn't played.
heard a little snippet of that. Was it played well?
Yes, it was really nice. They played
Oh,
Vultures,
good.
which it's
I
not
like
exactly a
that.
bust out, but I fucking love Vultures.
It's a
Great.
little biblical, but the jam is so good.
It is. It's kind of game hengey. It has a little thing. Yeah, you're right.
Hippolyta Tech reminds me of the Bible. Something, something, something there before. I guess I'll never. No. But I guess I hear him knocking at my door. Oh,
Need a partner to go to Hampton with on my birthday, September 19th.
Brian, that's close to your birthday.
It is close to my birthday. I'd love to go to Hampton. Unfortunately, it's probably a very expensive ticket for me to get to Hampton. Although, I don't know. Stranger things have happened, but yeah, Hampton.
I wish I could go to Hampton. I'm going to be in Witch Camp, yes.
And yes,
I
found Spud found his way here by F720. Cool, dude. We're big fans of F720.
We are very appreciative of his reverse fandom of our tiny little mighty podcast.
I've been following.
We get stars in our eyes, and we all wish we had a giant red marker.
Yes.
I've never been to Hampton, Bry.
Yeah, Virginia. Is it? I think.
Yeah, Hampton, Virginia. Yeah.
I have a friend who went to. He real good guy, just like real sweet suburban kid. Got like throwing the slammer for like 5 years, like selling acid
Oh,
in Virginia Beach at a Phish show.
that tracks. That
Super
tracks.
bummer. Yeah, and he
That's
came out all fucked
unfortunate.
up, and
I'm so
yeah,
sure.
it sucks. It really
Hey,
sucks.
don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah. Been to Virginia Beach Amphitheater in '98. That was probably the year, but never been to the Coliseum. That was probably the year Ninja Cat
Well,
Matt.
98 was the year for Feral Tour,
It
so
was. Saw the
yeah.
Dead there in '88 and
Oh wow.
'89. Fish in '97 at the Hampton Coliseum. Yeah, very cool. It's so cool that they're going to play that venue again. It's really cool. Um, my family had a cabin up in the M Street. What am I? Oh,
I
and
think
M
he's
Street
saying
Brain from Lions. Okay, M Street.
the Saint Vrain, maybe the M Saint Vrain from Lions. They built it from scratch in the
Right,
late
Saint Brain.
50s.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe he
cool.
meant South Saint Vrain. I used to live up
He's
in
from Denver. Yeah,
Lions. Oh, that's cool. I lived up in Lions from. You came to visit me when I lived there with your
I
wife.
did. Lions is
Yeah.
very nice. Lions got that's where my bus ended up.
Oh, the orange bus?
Yeah, and it got flooded and killed it. Can I tell you something, Ann? This is
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but like the guy was so nice. The van was parked at your barn for 5 years, and you were like,
Under
get
a
this fucking
tree.
thing out of my
Well, we were
out of my barn.
moving. We were moving. So you moved it up to Lions when we moved
No,
to
no, no. Some
Lions.
guy was like, I have 2 days to sell this thing, and I was hoping I'd get like $100 for it. And some dude came and was like, I'll give you $500 for it. Oh, I was like, it's yours, dude. Please take it. And I remember
It did. It lived at the farm.
for a long time under the big cow, right? And anyway,
The cow lived in the outside the barn, but yes, it's
the
back on 75th Street if you want to go check it out.
it's still there.
Yeah, I have a friend who plays in a band called the Sweet Lilies, and they did some promo, and the promo was a picture of the cow. And I was just like blown away. Because now it lives on the other side of the
It's
street,
such
a
a
little
nice
bit
place.
farther south on 75th Street. But
So it moved up to Lions, and then it got flooded, and it was in a garage that had like water up to the ceiling of the garage, and it was totally flooded. And I was
yeah.
on one hand, I was so bummed, just sad that the poor girl got just destroyed, and I was bummed for my buddy, right? That he
Because
like
now he has to
he got
deal with this like
right. But
shell of an epic
I will
bus.
admit, there was a microscopic amount of Schadenfreude that like
You
the
didn't
fact
have to
that
deal with it.
no, that like it did like that if I couldn't have this bus, which I
No
loved with
one
my
will
whole
have
heart,
it.
nobody will have it.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened to me and Joe's bus.
What did happen to your bus?
I have no idea. I've seen a like chalky kind of maroon beat up old bus go by before and had sort of nostalgia
Yours was
about it.
pretty scruffy. It
It
has
was
this.
scruffarama.
It
It
was
was,
scruff.
but it made it to Maine and it made it back, and we never
Okay, that's
even
better
got
than
arrested. We
mine,
almost
right?
got arrested a few times on that tour, but just because they were profiling us for a
Okay,
Volkswagen.
let's keep going here. It
All
sounds like
right.
the Dude of Life at Greek in Berkeley '93. Yeah, did Dude of Life get busted? I don't know what we're talking about, but okay. I made Trey watercolor T-shirts at 99 2000 that says "overrated" on the back. Sold 8 ridiculous stickers too. Yeah, we talked about that. Come to America, Brian. You're always telling me to come to Japan.
I
Yeah, it's
know you
true.
got to come
It's
to the
true.
U.S., Brad. We got to figure out a money-making scheme that is Phish specific to get you over here.
That's a good call. I can come up with the scheme. It wouldn't be hard. I just need to. Yeah. That's a good call. Actually, I could make it
Well,
happen. I'm busy, but
maybe
yes.
one day our podcast will monetize
Oh
itself.
my
I told
god,
you
that
that
would
if
be
we ever
amazing.
got money for our podcast, we would use it to send
That's sweet.
Brian a plane ticket and get him here for tour.
I can get there. It's just I'm sending one kid there, and I just pulled the
I know
trigger on
you've
a
got
bunch of things. I got a lot of
logistics on
things.
the
Yeah. Okay.
kids.
Yeah.
The
Left.
flood was in 2013. I know because I owned a house and we moved out a month before it flooded. And
Wow.
our house was fine in the end. We were on the higher side of town, but the rest of the town was not. There was no water in the house. They had to do airlift rescues of my friends who lived up 7. I mean, I think it was just a total madhouse. And my house in Boulder flooded, the house I had moved into. It was just a shit show here.
Bummer.
Terrible. Yeah, 2013.
$5 grilled cheeses. How does it go now? If it used to be 1 for 2, 2 for 3, 3 for 5, how does it go now? It's 1 for 5, 2 for 8, 3 for 12. Doesn't have quite the ring to it, I don't think.
2 balloons for $20 these days.
Oh my God, you're kidding me. Really?
No, yeah,
Jeez.
no, it's
Nitrous
so.
Mafia is rolling in
Oh my
cash. I heard they
God.
take credit cards
Everywhere
now.
they go, Apple Pay. Yeah, you just Apple Pay that
Crazy.
shit. No,
That's
it's
crazy.
crazy. It was the nitrocene is out of control around
Really?
Phish. Oh
Ah,
God.
that's
I
a
mean, it
bummer.
has been for so long, but yeah,
Okay, let's move on. Let's
it's
not even. I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to go
okay.
there. I
I
don't have
know.
so much
Let's not
time,
go there.
so let's get through the rest of this
All
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it back up.
All right. So we were in trickery. There's a lot of trickery and hysterical little things.
I think it's your turn.
Yeah. Since then, Mike has bought and renovated a couple of houses, and he's developed a reputation within Phish for having his own style. Yes, he has. A 2014 Esquire interview noted his turn to sleeker duds, labels like John Varvatos and G Star, that are far from the tie dye and cargo shorts you might see on a Phish fan. At first glance, the new building matches the sleeker style. The 2-story structure, I love this, is clad in repurposed wooden fencing and corral board upstairs and bare concrete below, efficient looking and vaguely nautical, projecting off the slope towards the water like a futuristic tugboat, perhaps. A grassy lawn leads down to its unassuming front doors, sheathed in wood charred partially by Mike himself, which open to the foyer and the music studio beyond. The lower level has the living spaces. Business upstairs, party downstairs, Max says. I was trying not to say mullet.
Yeah, you got a mullet over in this house. They played Mull
Oh,
tonight,
you
by the way.
mullet over.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Um.
Look how
Yeah.
cute Mike looks
Uh,
in his
yeah.
office.
He's got his yellow. He's got his yellow room, his pink room, his orange room, his purple
Now we've got
room.
this white with yellow accent
And I just noticed this
world.
desk is like this is like a proper office. I mean, like a proper old school like cubicle type, from the
Yeah, or like a
60s kind of.
doctor's office, thinks
Right.
surgical steel. That's why he can put his feet up there. It's not like.
He's got some interesting. So let me. I just clicked on that. Esquire thing, and I'm looking at him here. This is the one that it referenced that he's wearing sharper duds and G Star and
Yeah,
Barbados.
John
We
Varvatos.
gotta read that maybe sometime. That looks kind of fun. I
Oh
think
my
I
god.
remember reading this a long time ago.
This is before
Look
his
at his
sneakers,
shoes.
I guess.
Yeah, and he's got a
Yeah.
suit on down here.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
like,
Mike.
okay.
Well, when he cut off his fluff head hair and went to the slicker, kind of more mature hair look, I think that did a lot for his whole fashion world. He was always really quirky, but nowadays, even though he still has such a unique sort of aesthetic about just his features, his visage, he is everything kind of elevated when he got rid of his like longer nerd hair, and I've been loving his look ever since. He like kind of slicks it up a little bit. He's Mike's looking really good these days. He's aging really well.
There you go, Mike. Okay, Andrew, you got a fan over here, Mike. If
I mean, yeah,
you're both single, kind of ish, right?
yeah, I'm a single woman. Not even
Mike
ish.
Jordan.
Thank you. Paint me out to Mike. Thanks, Ray. I love it. Call me Mike. Hey. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Hit me up, bro. Look at this. So this is where shit starts to get cuckoo crazy.
I think it already went cuckoo crazy about 2 seconds ago, but okay, let's keep going.
No, so the best thing I love in this photograph though is like everything is so well organized. You can tell it's like, and we're gonna get to the labels, which I had to pause over, but the little lamp that's like so
I
like
noticed that too.
1880s
Right.
Vermont or whatever is just like such a great counterpoint to what's going on in this room outside of that.
It's a very weird.
Um
Like I'm just like, yeah, I'm picking up on all the little things, and there's so many weird little.
oh my god, do you know who would love this would be Edwin, all those pedals and what do they do and how do you interface, and you can see the crybaby wah, and I mean there's just so much cool shit.
Pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, this is just
Okay.
insane.
Storage space boasts a treasure trove of musical equipment. Okay, so there's if you they can do a proper studio. Like you can go play with anything you want. Okay,
Yeah.
the party downstairs includes an all pink kitchen inspired by Mike's grandmother's pink house, and the kitchen in Rick Rubin's Shangri-La studio, which is lined with windows in the shape of upside down arches, and a spice rack that is also hid that is also a hidden door to a spice room. Oh, there you'll find not parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, but a big orange bathtub set on a pedestal in a bright orange room with illuminated landscape art salvaged from a Chinese restaurant. Whoa! On one wall, curtains on the opposite wall to reveal a window into the bedroom next door. Okay, I wondered if there was a bedroom.
Curtains
Let
on
me,
the opposite wall part to reveal. You skipped a word.
sorry.
That's okay.
Uh, part to reveal okay, so what is that? I always wonder, like, oh, you go to like a hotel room and like the window opens, like the curtain opens up, or the shower opens up to the room. It's just kind of
Yeah, awkward. You
right.
need a curtain on an opposite wall.
Okay,
You
anyway,
need a
he's got
little
a
something.
curtain. Okay, but he
The
designed this
curtain,
thing. He
Brian.
laid the foundation, so this was a forethought that he had.
Yeah,
Put
for
a curtain on
sure.
it. Okay. um
Two
letting
of
in let
Mike's. I'm
oh,
sorry.
go for it. Just I'm
Okay.
done. Read it.
Two
Go.
of Mike's design. Oh, okay. Two of Mike's design likes are symmetry and low color contrast. So, although the rooms are strange and playful, they're also orderly, giving the cheeky touches a kind of solemnity. I want to be crazy because life is short, but I also need to honor all of my aesthetic needs that are all of my particularisms, he says. I like to be hyper organized. And then we get the fucking, oh my God, like storage.
Right. Did
Look
you
at
spend a
that
little
shit.
time looking at every one of these? And you're like,
Yeah, I
ooh, what
did.
is
I
this?
did. I'm like, there's an Ngoni. You know what I was looking at was like, well, where's his ukulele? What the fuck?
Where
No
is this?
uke, Mike.
What
No
are these?
uke.
There's a little, is that something? There's maybe a little.
No, it's like a balalaika or
Do
something
they
like
make like a
that.
6 string ukulele? There's the Languedoc. That thing is
They
gorgeous. Is
make
that
a ukulele bass, and I did write on the Scarrick bass page. I was like, maybe you should think about making an electric ukulele because he's already making these epic things with 4 strings, and that's what uke is. That would be cool.
I
I would
like
buy
this
a
one. What's this
Scarrick.
one called? I
Which
like
one, Bray?
the brown one with the white pick guard down here on the bottom in the middle.
Oh,
That shape, that's one of my, I like that shape. I
it's
don't know
not a
what the,
Fender.
I think it is, but I don't
Is
know what it,
it? That's what I thought at first, but it's hard to tell, and
I
it's
don't know
hard
what
to
that one's
zoom
called.
in all
Somebody
the
might know.
way.
Yeah.
But there's definitely several Fenders. There's a Guild guitar. There's an Ngoni in the corner, bottom left corner. There's that wild what's that metal thing up there? What do they call that? A dobro?
Dobro.
Yeah. There's a
And he's got
couple
the
of there's a
flames.
bass dobro with a like
It's pretty interesting. Yeah.
yeah, there's just some really cool stuff. I was really loving checking out a couple of the acoustic basses because me and Milo have been talking about wanting to buy one for the house.
Cool. Does Milo play
Yeah.
bass?
He plays guitar, but we think that it would be fun to have an acoustic bass. I think he would crush. He's really good on guitar these days.
Go Milo.
I
Okay, the
know.
rational, I don't have any more time. I'm done here. The rational quirkiness has a David Lynch vibe, and Mike tells me that Lynch's house was one of his sources of inspiration. That's cool that they've met. He had all these little nooks and crannies to be able to do different kinds of creative work. Oh, did you follow David Lynch during the pandemic where he like reported on the weather every day?
No, no.
Oh man, he had like this awesome little like morning nook moment where he's like, "Hi, it's David Lynch, and the weather here in Los Angeles is
No.
sunny and 72, and
Oh,
I
that's
hope
cool.
everybody out there." Yeah, it was like one of his last sort of creative, not last, but it was a very endearing thing that came out of the pandemic.
You know what I
Um,
did follow on the pandemic was Chick Corea did a daily practice series.
that's
And
cool.
they're still on his face page. And then he passed at one point in the pandemic. I can't remember exactly. But he did this daily piano practice and he would live stream it and he would talk about his teachers and his process and he would just play. and I would roll back the carpet in the front room and like do a little like ballet workout to the piano because I was like,
Wonderful.
yeah, I was like, what else am I doing today? It's a
Dude,
fucking pandemic.
I scored an incredible record. Oh, I'll share it later. It's not Chick Corea.
Chicoria?
No, Keith
Oh.
Jarrett, but it's
Mm.
very, very cool.
We were talking about him last time.
I think maybe because I found the record that I was talking about, which is quite rare. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Mike says, and here he turned many small Mike says, and here he turned many small spaces that were originally marked for storage into color-drenched retreats for cat naps and daydreaming. He's a bit of a cat lady. Even his little yellow accented office off the bedroom is a creative place. He likes desks for songwriting. What Mike actually uses as storage is hardly a forgotten space, now packed with collections of guitars, gears, and anything else that he's picked up on his travels. One closet organizes miscellaneous instruments by use. Blow Me instructs the label on one shelf. Hit Me another.
Damn it! You got to read that. Yeah, we'd be like,
Blow Me instructs the label. What the fuck is that?
Like things that you blow into, like wind instruments, like a penny whistle and a kazoo. Blow Me, Hit Me, drums, probably percussion stuff.
I was thinking of Alice in Wonderland.
Well, you know what's yeah, totally. Eat me, all of you. I took it someplace else. You know what's so interesting about this little passage about the Nook spaces?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've toured you like a little bit around my own house, but I have this very quirky tiny house that has all sorts of little nap spaces and Nook spaces, and everything is sort of like I don't know, sort of saturated with art and little places to like cuddle up with a friend or take, like, I can sleep you in my kitchen in the Nook kind of a thing. So I love that Mike has all these little spaces, and that David Lynch does too. I'm a big fan of that kind of a world where you could just like have your coffee anywhere in the house and keep on keeping on.
Indeed. And here is the top main control booth with this crazy soundboard and a bunch of toys. You got some purple piano thing over here. It looks really amazing. And that's you got to assume his daughter, who he sometimes tours with. Tessa, yeah. And he's got like maybe a Dave Chuli something beautiful light chandelier here at the top.
I don't think that's Chuli. It's from Multiform.
Oh, they mentioned that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it says the studio is meant to be a place where Mike can invite collaborators to come work on material, whether they're musicians or poets or artists, or his 16-year-old daughter, Tessa. We've been singing together publicly since she was 10, Mike says. The chandelier is for Multiform. Okay. Now, here's something interesting. See those two hot yellow mics? Those are Telefunkens.
Those are cool.
Yeah, those are the Telefunkens. I don't know if they're the M80s or M81, but Edwin is encouraging. So Edwin has this crazy collection of Telefunkens, and we use them for our gigs. And he's always like, okay, girls, when are you going to get your own mics? And so we're always looking at the Telefunken website, and they're having their sale right now. So
I don't know anything about Telefunken. Are they?
It's a Telefunken U47.
Yeah, but what is that? I mean, that's the only Telefunken I know. I don't know any other Telefunken. Is
Telefunken,
it a new
it's not new. No, it's an old company that makes really super quality mics.
Oh, so the Telefunken U47 is a reference to a microphone on the Zapper records.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like the Telefunken.
I don't even know if
that was part of the central scrutinizer. I didn't like some little gizmo that he has. Interesting.
I don't know if it's a real mic. It's definitely not a vocal mic, the U47. I don't know what it's for.
I've heard the studio guys say, U47s. We use the U47s for those. I'm sure.
Okay, so maybe it's more ambient mic, but the M80 and M81 is what it looks like. He has one. That looks like that's what he's working with. But they come in these wild rainbow colors, and they're on sale right now, actually, folks.
What do they cost? Are they like $100 or are they like $500?
No, they're usually like $3 and change, but right now I think they're like $2. But at one point there was a package where you could get the M80 mic you could get an XLR cable and a mic stand, all of that for $250. And we missed the boat. It might be like around Christmas time they do the package. But the Telefunken mics are fucking awesome. They're so crispy. You can hear like the moisture in your mouth when you sing into them. They pick up everything. It's great.
24 track, maybe. Interesting. I don't know I don't know much about
Oh, are you
mixers.
looking at the board?
Yeah, it's looks kind of middle. I know you either see them like twice this size or like a little tiny one. You don't see this kind of like
Yeah.
in between size. It's kind of nice. And then I don't know what all this other.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
very
808.
analog. It's real analog. Where
But
on
doesn't
the
it have like
right,
a
the
digital?
808?
Yeah. Then this thing
Yeah.
has like a little. I think this is a MIDI controller. My friend Michael has this one. I don't wonder what this thing is over here. What's
Which
that
one?
purple
Where?
thing?
The
Like
purple?
the whirly kind of looking thing.
Whirly thing.
And these speakers are like funky, and it's really weird. It's
Yeah,
really cool,
everything is really fucking cool. You gotta
right?
have, oh God, you gotta take care of all your
Okay.
XLR spaghetti.
XLR spaghetti. Okay, that's a first for me. Okay,
Uh,
perhaps most unusual, though, is the recording studio, which is surrounded on three sides by faceted glass walls. These kinds of spaces are usually sequestered inside a building, lined with
yeah.
acoustical panels to keep sound leaks at bay. Mike didn't want the isolation. He wanted to be immersed in the trees and spectacular lakeside setting while creating. John Storick, the architect and legendary acoustician, that's a cool word, who designed
Acoustician.
Electric Lady Studios for Jimi Hendrix, among
Oh,
other spaces, warned Mike that without expensive details, outdoor noise would seep in. Something Mike decided to embrace. I love that. That's
yeah,
so
I know.
cool.
I love this detail too.
We said we're going to put microphones outside and have even more of the outside come in. If a boat goes by or a lawnmower, a plane, then we just wait. We just wait. Okay, I think it was we just record it, but we just wait till they pass. Which is kind of like film photography. It kind of like it's cumbersome. It doesn't make any sense, but it makes everything like more intentional. Or we have to be, or we have them be part of the recording. He has plans to add a video system to create what sounds like a trippy multimedia environment. That's really cool. I want to say I just recently heard about recording outdoors, and you can actually get like some incredibly sort of uh, deadened sound signatures that you could only get in the interior of a studio, but you can achieve the same sort of sound outdoors.
Hmm.
Like I read a sound guy saying that like it's a it's a it's misunderstood that like recording outdoors is not a great place to record. It's actually a fantastic place to record. I don't exactly know why, but
Hmm.
it doesn't. I mean, you can imagine like when you play outside, you're not reflecting off of anything, and
Yeah, the sound just dissipates, right?
yeah, right. And so what I was thinking is that like a glass, I would think you're bouncing things around, but to open everything up
Yeah.
and to record that way, that sounds really interesting.
I guess it depends what you're after or what's the kind of mood you're trying to create in the music you're making, right? And I think Phish has sort of a long legacy of bringing in, like the car crash sound at the end of, is it Lawn Boy? Or,
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah, some
That's the loud
outside
movie.
sounds or everybody laughing or singing along. I think they have, and I wonder if it's Mike who would push that. Like they have done some really creative and like kind of less than professional, so to speak, techniques on their albums that make them really feel authentic, and you can hear the room and you are one of the people laughing and clinking glasses at the party in the barn. And there's something very sort of human about maybe some of the analog sound or vibe seeping into like digital recording worlds. It's interesting.
Very.
All right.
A few quick comments.
Oh yeah,
Hold on.
yeah.
Let me just see here. I'm gonna do this. Um,
Oh, Ninja Cat Matt, yeah, talking about the floods in Lions. You lost the bridge to the cabin.
And Spud says he lost 2 houses. Bummer, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Yarmouth style houses. Oh man, I love the Yarmouth house. Do you know that? Do you know the Yarmouth house?
No.
Oh,
What
you
is
don't know the
that?
Yarmouth house, dude. You
I
need to
mean,
know
I
the Yarmouth
know
house.
Yarmouth Road. Thought
Yeah,
I
go
could
watch
get
the
you to
video.
go there.
Go watch the
Okay.
video for Yarmouth Road. It's awesome. It's
Okay.
so funny. It's a Mike directed video, a Mike directed like MTV video, and it's really fun. It's kind of
Okay.
like, yeah, you haven't seen it yet. It's really good.
I haven't, but
Um,
I have YouTube.
it's on YouTube. I wear tie dyes and cargo shorts, says Ninja Fat Cat. Uh, for a
Maybe
hot,
you should get into some John Varvatos.
yeah, there you go.
Wait, who's a hobbit?
For a Hobbit, I'm not sure. Maybe Mike. He's
Oh, okay.
Mike is kind of right. He's deceptively. We can't really get any context of how big these boys are. They're none of them are very big, right? They're all sort of like 5'10" and under.
Yeah, Mike is maybe a few. I'm 5'5".
And he's bulked up in the
He's
last
probably
few
like
years.
5'8",
But I'm
5'9".
noticing he's got this sort of like I have no room to talk, but he's got this sort of like they're getting up there. I'll just leave it at
Let's
that.
call it menopause.
Okay.
He's got the little menopause belly. We all get it. It's the perimenopause belly is a compliment there. Hi and sub on the way out, everyone. Oh,
And
hit
so
like.
appreciate it, guys.
Yes, thank you,
That's nice,
Ninja
Matt.
Cat.
Yeah. Okay. So ready for my Charleston run. No foam, Esther Horn, fee yet. Okay, good. I hope you get all of those. Esther would be amazing. I hope you really get one of those.
Heck
There hasn't been a
yes.
fee.
I would
There
love
hasn't
to
been a fee.
hear a foam one of these days. I haven't heard that in a while.
Oh man,
Bum ba
Esther
na na
drove
na
me
dun dun
insane one
dun
time. I
dun.
got really spun out.
Bum.
Esther. Lots of other stuff. Do bring it. Okay. Ether Edge, okay, coming to roll away. Ether Edge. We got the what's the use? I didn't actually listen to it the other night. I didn't make it
Oh,
to it.
from Folsom.
I skipped. That's a 1 2. There was like 1 or 2 songs I like
It was a weird
ejected and
drop into. It was a very strange drop into the what's the use. Whatever came before it, which was maybe the Sneak and Sally. It
that
could have
was
hung. It could have a Sneak and Sally could have hung out in that groove, and whatever was going, it was getting ambient, I think, and then I I don't know why they turned on the dime and played it. I mean, it's great, but it was like, wait, we're not finished with where we were. It was just like a quick left turn. It was strange, but you move on.
he says Spud says they could play foam and I'd walk off. I'd be fine. And they could play foam and walk off and I'd be fine. Dude, second set that they played tonight. Did you see that show? The second set, they could have not come out for an encore and the audience would have been fine with it. It
I
was
can't
that
wait
oh
to
my
check out
god.
a
Wait till
re-listen.
you go listen to it. It's so
Okay,
good.
okay.
40 Man says how to turn your front room into a cockpit with consoles. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's yeah, we should go look at Real World Studios. That's one always like inspires me.
Oh, I was hoping for Waves. I love that song so much. So beautiful. Not
Really
played
nice
yet.
wave of hope tonight. A huge wave of hope. Giant wave of hope. There was huge one, like record setting possibly. Um, Lots of room for my drum kit in there. Okay, Matt's a drummer. That's
Oh,
cool.
hey, oh.
Okay, I'm a fan of the Telefunken 247 space modulator, the PU36. If you know, you know. We don't know. I don't know that one. Ann maybe does. Storm Chaser microphones. Cool. Yeah, that would be fun. Mike and Phish are hobbits. It's true. They both kind of are,
Fish
right?
is definitely a hobbit. Mike is
And
a little
Trey
more.
and Trey's a little elfy, right? And like, what else do they have besides hobbits and elves? They've got
Wizards.
yeah, maybe what is Page? I'm trying to think of
He's
what Page would
probably,
be.
he's kind of a wizard.
Could be a wizard. Yeah, he's wizardy. He just needs a hat. He's got the shirt, right? He's already got
Yeah.
the Merlin
Yeah.
sort of ish
He's got
shirt.
that wizard hairline, maybe.
Okay, and Trey needs some pointy ears. Wait. Then you got to have like they can't. Mike and Fish can't both be elves. One of them has to be an elf, or one of them has to be a troll, and
No,
the
a
other one has to be a
troll.
hobbit.
Fishman is maybe the troll. I
And
don't
then
know.
Mike's the hobbit. No,
But
I think it's
that's
the
not
opposite.
loving.
It's
I
Fish is
mean,
the hobbit, and Mike's
Mike is a troll. I mean, I don't know. Mike likes shiny things. That could track. That could
okay.
track.
Let's keep going.
Fishman, I think, is more organic, like a hobbit, and probably
Silly.
hairier than Mike, if I had to guess, too. You can always see his hairy back and whatnot. All
I
right.
know. I'm like, it always catches my eye. Okay, despite everything that's packed into the, is it your turn? Go
No,
for it.
you go. You go.
Okay. Despite everything that's packed into the building, it still has the calm, earthy feel of its setting. If you try to put too many ideas in, that can be the worst thing for a song, Mike says. Not that I haven't done it, but same with spaces. Not everyone's favorite song includes meandering 20-minute jam sessions. And not everyone's favorite design includes an elevated orange bathtub. But not every tune or space needs to be the same.
Nice.
And this studio is just the right place for at least one peripatetic musician to take a seat. Peripatetic. Want help
That's
with that?
maybe 4D Man can help us out with this. I'm so glad you read this paragraph because I was having like a little bit of angst, like, ooh, like kind of
That
reading
word's coming.
anxiety. I was like, ooh, peripatetic. I've heard it. I parry
I'm
like
guessing it's somebody
in a
who sits
mediated
down a lot.
states. I don't know. I
Like
mean, it's not that hard to get in and find a definition, but I know we only have so
dwarf.
much
That's the
time.
there we go. Dwarf. There we can avoid
A
the troll.
dwarf.
Okay.
For the recording space, he chose a Folk Olson mid-century sofa from Ducks and used the rug company to design a swirling custom rug beneath it.
Yeah.
The end.
That rug is pretty nice with the piano, the black keys, and yeah, it's pretty cool. That sofa's real nice.
The sofa is great. I love that he settled on purple velvet, but the fact that he's got a sneaker on it, I'm not gonna
Yeah, that's
lie.
triggering me a little
I
bit.
right, just like a tiny bit. Like you've spent like 10 years finding the perfect sofa and then you put your foot on it. What would your mother say? Wait, go
Yeah.
ahead. So that's Dwell
Okay.
Magazine
Oh,
featuring
wait. There's
Mike.
this too. There's this too. So here's the patio. D. Here's the deck. C. The mixing console. C is the music studio. Okay, so this whole thing is the music studio.
Yeah.
And then this is the closet where you would wait a second. I'm kind of forgetting. K downstairs is the guitar storage.
Oh,
And
okay.
L is the living room. Yeah, see, I was thought about this. I saw this part and I thought, okay, why is it so symmetrical? Like why can't it be a little bit asymmetrical? I was thinking that when I saw it and then to read, oh, Mike likes symmetrical things. I was like, oh,
I would imagine. I would
that's
imagine.
interesting.
Yeah.
So wait, he's got a bedroom in here. F is the bedroom. Okay, we didn't see that.
Yeah, so let's say Scott Morawski comes over for a session with Mike.
Spice room. What's the
That's where
spice room?
that's off the kitchen that leads to the bathroom is the spice room, is that orange bathtub.
Okay.
So let's say Scott Morawski comes over to hang out and they're playing music. So probably Scott stays in the studio and Mike stays in his house, which I would imagine is maybe on the same property. And then they can just like nerd out. And then Mike doesn't have to wake up his daughter because they're in the studio and can crash out or something. Or that would be my guess. It's really beautiful. All the spaces are just so idyllic.
Yes, it's very nice. Okay, and we're gonna blast through the sets here real quick. Okay, we're just gonna blast this set list, and we're gonna come back and read them later. That's Texas. Hold on. So are we all satisfied with the Duell article on Mike? I think that's fine. Let's just go here. Is that okay? Hold on.
Let's
You're
do
not seeing
it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on Live Fish. I'm looking. I'm looking at the set list. I can
I'm just
read it
gonna
if you
go.
want.
No, here we go. Well, whatever. Let's go back to
Oh, it
full.
was the light, not the Sneakin' Sally that dropped the what's the use. Okay.
Okay, Wolfman. It's night one. You got Wolfman's opener, which is always like, I don't know, something about it seems so like, of course. I always like sometimes when everybody's guessing the set list opener and like, and then they come out and play a Wolfman. It's like, why didn't I think of that? Of course, that's the appropriate opener. I don't know exactly why, but it just seemed like appropriate. Tube. Did I need like Tube?
The
Tube
tube was good. They put it out on YouTube. They put Tube on YouTube as like the official Phish release from this night.
That's funny.
So the Live Fish liked it. Roses Are Free, great cover, so much fun. People started to really get excited. Then we dropped into A Great Maze.
I can't really recall it all that well, but I remember
Trey
being
was
excited.
just excited when he's doing the rhythm and Paige is going off on the organs. He seemed super, super stoked. is
Okay.
what I recall. I was pretty close up by a page.
Bouncing. That's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. I love me a
I think of
bouncing.
everybody's, right. We all love bouncing. It was sung better than in Austin or where was in Portland in the spring tour they played a bouncing where like Trey had been out on solo tour and I think he had been singing the harmony to the audience's melody. And so when they played it in Portland for the first time on the spring tour, it was like super awkward because Trey forgot kind of his part.
Very
And so
interesting.
this was a nice, like, okay, they do remember how to play bouncing around the room. It's just a fun sing along. Everybody loves it. And then they played Nellie Kane, which is a Hot Rise song. Now, Mike is good friends with Nick Forster, who runs the E-Town radio program and who played in Hot Rise. And so he usually comes and stays with Nick, and Nick's daughters are friends of mine and run the E-Town here in town. And so I think the Nellie Kane was like a kind of a shout out to Nick, which was really cool.
I feel like Nellie Kane. I've heard Nellie Kane in Colorado before. I think.
Yeah, it's like that Colorado bluegrass thing. They were definitely playing around with that every night. They played some kind of bluegrassy song that was fun.
I think I remember like hearing like I remember this phenomenon of like you get it every now and again, but
Yeah,
like of never knowing a song, you know,
yeah,
like hearing it for the first time live. That's always an interesting trip for me.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I've never heard this song before. What is this song? You know? And
Yes.
it almost never happens anymore. But I remember like even like Runaway Jim. Like I remember the first time I heard Runaway Jim or like Tube. I remember my first Tube. I'd never heard it on a tape. I don't remember where it was, but it was like I had never heard it. It wasn't on anything. I don't think it's not on anything. And
Yeah, and if you didn't have a bootleg tape
you
that
didn't know
had
about
you
it.
didn't
Yeah.
know about it, or you heard about the secret language, but you didn't know what it was all the way because you didn't have that tape.
Yes, Nellie Kane was like, I had to be like, what is the, I had to ask the guy what next to me, what is this? It's Nellie Kane, dude. What's wrong with you? Be like, okay, I'm just Nellie. How do I spell it? Nel, and you're right.
Yeah, yeah,
And then Kill Devil Falls. I've kind of grown to love me a Kill Devil. It's like it's got a sort of number line Kill
yeah,
Devil. It's got that 46 or what? Like Back on the Train. It's got that
yeah.
just. I gotta like if
It chugs. It
it
chugs
chugs
along.
along. Yeah, I've fallen in love with this song.
I think that the hook, the guitar hook, the sound of it, if it's played clean, is really great. When it's not played clean, sometimes it's a little screechy. You know, you're like, ah, like kind of like record scratch. It can have that effect when Trey's not really like paying attention to where his fingers are. If he hits a fret, it can be a little like screechy or something. But I feel like if it doesn't always jam, it's always interesting. I love the jam of
I'm
it.
not gonna ever complain about Kill Devil. I think I used to
But we
complain
know what
about
you
it.
will complain about. What
I'll
comes
complain about this.
after?
I don't. I have a. It's like I know I shouldn't hate it, but anyway, I've built this notion of like knowing that you shouldn't like something. You only like it because you've told yourself that you don't like it so many times, and that's why you actually don't like it.
That's
Like you just
like so much of the new Phish material until they melt your face off, and you're like, "Oh wait, that
yeah,
was
it was wrong.
great. Where did I put my face back on?"
Right.
And then we
Okay.
got a fluff head closer of the first set, first night, which was so appropriate because everybody was, I mean, around me anyhow, was many sheets sailing in the wind.
There's a funny skit with. Have you seen the Key and Peele skit where they're talking about what you ever have one of those buddies that like is into the band Fish and like, oh yeah,
No.
yeah. And oh, it's really funny. They're driving like it's like two guys on a road trip and they start talking about Fish and they're like, they're so crazy. They never come back, do they? Nope, they never come back. It's like once they go see one of those shows, they're like,
Ah,
I got a bobblehead or a bubblehead or something. But they're obviously referring to Fluffhead.
oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
kind of funny. You gotta go
Maybe
look it up.
I've seen it. Maybe that actually sounds kind of familiar. I feel like I can see them in the car maybe. All right, set 2. Carini, great way to open a set in Colorado. There's a lot of lore around the sort of Colorado Carinis, so that was really fun. And just a quick personal note. So in the Carini, it's all like thrashy or whatever. And me and Reiko, my friend from Japan, we have this lovely moment. We're looking at each other and she's kind of quiet. It might be like a Japanese culture thing. And we are just holding hands, looking at each other. And I bust into You Enjoy Myself. I'm getting chills thinking about it. It felt like this sort of wonderful moment that like me and Reiko in this like sweet contemplative sort of appreciation for one another. It like the song sort of bubbled up between us and we just lit up. And this was when the show, I think, really started getting on track for like jams in my head that I was like, yeah, I'm here for this. This is cool.
You surely but it's just I don't think I'd heard it articulated until many years after I'd been loving the song, like decades after. But where this "You Enjoy Myself" comes from? You know where this name comes from, right?
No, I don't. I mean,
Oh, it's a funny
masturbation
story. No.
on
It's
camera. No, I'm just
Trey
kidding.
and Phish are in Europe, and it's like they want to get to They want to get to Florence, and they
Oh, is
get.
this busking? They're
Yeah, I
busking?
think so. And I might be conflating two stories, but they get in the taxi and they're like, "Can you drive us to Firenze?" Right? That's where the "What you say drive me to
Yeah,
Firenze" comes
sure.
from. And then the taxi driver or somebody else who was in the taxi with them was an Italian guy who didn't speak any English. And he was talking to them and he's saying, "Oh, you guys are so great," and they're saying, "Thanks, we like you too." And he's like, "When I'm with you, I'm very happy." And they say, "Yes, we like you too." But he says, "When I'm with you, you enjoy myself." He's trying to say, "When I'm with you, I'm enjoying myself." But he says, "When I'm
You
with you,
enjoy
you enjoy
myself.
myself."
That's fun. I like how you're doing this Italian accent, like, but Japanese Italian, as you're
Is it
telling
Japanese
this.
Italian? Somebody
Yeah.
4D told me recently. I'm turning Japanese. He's like, something about there's some affectation about there's some like even
Oh,
look in your
yeah.
face.
Yeah.
You're like turning Japanese. I'm like, okay.
I think I'm turning Japanese.
Okay, then I think you got the show highlight for me, Sneak and Sally Through the
It
Alley.
was
Robert
amazing.
Palmer. That Sneak and
Yeah.
Sally was biggest Sneak and Sally I ever heard. It's super awesome, super jammed out, and just like so funky and like not like how funky. It was just like a 70s, just like, oh yeah, this is
It
the
was a fucking
real
dance
fun.
party.
Oh
Like,
man, that
well,
was so
because the
fun.
You Enjoy Myself, so they did the vocal jam, they went back in and they kept the You Enjoy Myself jam going. So it was already this great, like, step touch funk dance party. And then the Sneak and Sally, everybody just freaked out and it was
Sneak and Sally is
great.
like, it's like better than 2000. It's like better than it's like better
Oh,
than
it's a
anything.
ooey gooey dance
It's
party.
like you're like, oh
Yeah, and the
yeah, this
lights
is
kind of go
nasty. This is
down a little bit in the crowd. There's not the big lights on the crowd. It's like dark dancing and
I just
everybody's just kind of
love Sneak and
writhing
Sally.
in that ooey gooey fun.
Yeah,
Then we went into Light and then it had that strange left turn into What's the Use.
I missed it. I didn't. I think I missed these three songs. Light. I think I like went. I had to like eject, and then don't think I ever
Yep,
got cut out.
yeah.
What's the Use and Pillow Jets. I think I missed all three of these.
Somebody said to me, I think my friend James Marcello had said that we will never get a Pillow Jets like the one they played at the Sphere, which is probably the best Pillow Jets that has been played, and the visual nature of it. And I was thinking about that when it was sort of unfolding. I was like, oh, I'm kind of like having the Sphere nostalgia in my imagination.
Was that the
And
one that had the clouds like rolling out like this jump bellow?
no, the Sphere was that psychedelic walk in the forest where the
Yeah,
trees turned into fireworks and we went shooting out into
like the
space and
city
then
count. Okay.
we came back into this like psychedelic walk in a beautiful forest for like 20 minutes. It was so cool. But yeah, Pillar Jazz, I like the song and I like the jam, but it didn't like nothing after the Sneak and Sally really stretched out. And so that's like, it's fine. You're there, you're dancing, everything's great. 2001, check. Possum, check. The Stash Encore was a surprise. I can't ever remember Stash Encore, so that was really fun. Can you recall when that ever
I
happened?
would think there'd be heaps of Stash encores, but it's definitely a kind of a first SETI tune.
Yeah, it's usually like let's get our chops up. And then the Rocky Top was awesome. It's funny that a song about Tennessee feels so Colorado.
Same with Rocky Mountain High. Or no, which one is it? West Virginia,
Mountain
that
Mama.
mountain mama, take me home, country
Country
road.
roads. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was a fun show, but the real moneymaker, in my opinion, was the July 4th show.
Okay, hold on. A few comments. Trey, we love the Hey, we got Trey in a T-shirt, which is so
Oh,
nice. I never see Trey in a T-shirt. I want to have like the fashion
oh
episode,
yeah. We got to talk about Phish
but
fashion. You follow that guy on IG?
oh yeah, and I have my own commentary. I've got a lot of opinions about it, and I'm I'm very critical of their, especially Trey's.
But you
But
liked his black shirt
oh
and
yeah, come
blue. No,
on,
it
bring
was a
back the
navy
T-shirt. He doesn't have to bring back.
t-shirt with black jeans. I thought it was a little commentary on, because I like a black and blue combination at school. And I usually wear that when I'm feeling a little beat up by the job. And so in my mind, that's like always sort of like aesthetic storytelling. I was
Oh.
like, oh, it's like July 4th and he's wearing black and blue, and maybe that's some kind of like low-key fashion political statement about the state of the country. Now I know that that's a stretch, but that was what I was thinking when I saw him in his t-shirt, navy.
He was hoarse again. Speaking of just like battered and bruised, he was hoarse
Oh,
like the first night. He was hoarse again tonight.
oh,
Yeah,
in Ohio?
yeah. I think
Interesting.
yeah, he was hoarse.
He
I could
might have
hear
gotten that wook flu from hanging out in Boulder.
it. Possibly.
There's
Okay.
so much pollen in the air here right now too. It's like you could have. Oh.
Okay, wait, here we go. The definition of peripatetic. Peripatetic. I can't, man.
Where are you seeing this?
Did I pull it up?
Oh, here we go.
Okay. You read it.
4D man, peripatetic. I'm resisting looking it up. I used to know, used it in an article once, racking my brains, forgetting what day it is. I'm going to sneeze. What was it again? Peripatetic. Forgetful? Is he giving us context?
Could be. I'm thinking it's
Wolfman
couch
sucked.
writing.
Tube
Wolfman
was
sucked. It was
awesome.
awesome. Okay. Ninja the Cat's got some opinions. It didn't suck. It wasn't special. Okay, this is me too. I'm like, I have to walk them all back. There were several songs I enjoyed tonight, but at the same time, I was really happy they got knocked out before Charleston. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought tonight's show was off the hook. I like Nelly Kane. Okay, here we
I
go.
like Nelly Kane too, but it was not played well. It was the rhythm of
Favorite
it.
bluegrass song? Favorite bluegrass number?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
My Sweet One.
My sweet one, I call you my sweet one. You're my only juicy one. With my all, I call you my sweet one. I like the
Far
I like
away, I'll
yeah, I
say your
call your
name.
name. And with
Peripatetic.
you, I travel there. With you, I also travel there. With your faces in between, my sweet one. And now I'm gonna sit here and ponder the under.
Da 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 da. Herbivores ate well because their food didn't never
Never
run.
run.
Ba 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 ba.
True.
It's
Must be
just it's
one. But I
like
like what's
two
the
minutes
final
and
gag? I call you a you. What's that part? How's that
if
go?
your dog or cat ever
And dies.
dies,
I'll buy
I'll
you a
buy
you.
you a you.
So good. So good. I'll buy
I
you a
mean,
you.
that's my favorite Phish bluegrass. Peripatetic means a person who travels from place to place, like 4D man squirrel looking for an almond.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Underwhelming. I was hoping it was going to be like a couch potato.
Yeah, Beauty in
Peripatetic.
My Dreams. We got that night 2 maybe? I thought it was I was having a like, what is this song? I was calling it something wrong. All right, should we talk about the 4th of July?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Is it up on screen?
Yes, bathtub gin.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, wait a second. Is it? Hold on. I'm just like I gotta make sure it's on screen. Okay, good. Wait, where am I?
I can see it on the screen.
You can see. What can you see? I'm lost. I got lost. Okay, here we go. Folsom
Okay.
Field, right?
Yeah.
Bathtub Gin. Okay. 4th of July. Happy 4th. Bathtub Gin. MoMA Dance. Beauty of My Dreams. Okay,
Yep.
MoMA, but gin. Love me a gin. Love me a MoMA. Beauty of My Dreams is the first. Okay, there we've got something interesting happening. Yeah.
And she had long hair. No. Now I cry. Can't get over her, though I try.
Who
I'm
sings Beauty of My
blue.
Dreams?
I think it's Trey.
No, but I mean, whose song is it?
I think it's Phish song. I don't think it's yeah, I
Oh,
think it's
really? Okay, it
I
sounds
think
like a
so.
traditional. Yeah, probably.
I could be wrong. Should I
Yeah,
look it up real quick?
we can like click through. I think.
Beauty of My Dream. Oh, it's
Bill McCurry.
Del
No,
McCurry Band.
no, as perform. Okay,
Song by Phish, song by Del McCurry.
cool.
All right.
Del McCurry band. Okay, Del
Yeah,
McCroy.
it's
I
an
want to say Del McCroy. Is it Del McCurry? Del
I think
McCurry.
you say Curry.
Okay.
Curry.
Theme from the God. Theme. I love the theme. Theme is the theme of Phish. I feel like I don't feel like there's any other theme that's more themey than theme. Rift. I don't. I'm you roll them out. You roll them out. I
Okay.
don't.
So Rift I love. I can't remember what was going on there. I had made some adult choices this night and I was just dancing. And after Beauty of My Dreams, this is where I don't really listen to or follow bluegrass much anymore because I'm bouncing around and then I had to pee so bad. So me and Cara went during the Oblivion from page side, 10 feet back from the stage to the back. There are these porta potties in the back of the floor, and we had a porta potty dance party to Oblivion, which is where the show, in my opinion, started to like really kind of crack open. There's so much space back there, so we stood online for 14 minutes while this is going off, and we had a great dance party, a potty party. And then as we're walking back to where our gang is, Timber drops in, and I fucking love Timber Ho.
Me too.
It's
That's time to.
dark and it feels like you're like paddling in this rhythm canoe in the dark waters and you got to get somewhere and it's kind of scary and you don't know how you're going to get there and come on Jerry, let's dump that row or whatever they say.
Josh White and Sam Gary.
So fun. Timber Ho?
Yeah. Jerry the Mule, it's also known as.
Jerry the Mule. So
1930s. It's from 1930s.
Yeah. So it was so good. There was just whatever happened in the I don't know if I just didn't have to pee anymore and my enthusiasm rose. But then we got that Gaiuti, and here's my headline from this show is that the Gaiuti, it was a time machine and we went back to 98. And from the Gaiuti onwards, even though we got modern songs, the jamming, the feel, my gang of friends, the dance party, everything just elevated after the Gaiuti because it felt so old school and all the playing after that. So they stopped before the Gaiuti and they Trey had his cold green tea and everybody looked around and I think they were like, all right, should we bite this off and chew it? And they're like, let's do it. And this for me is when the show just took off to a whole nother level. Gaiuti Time Machine.
I put Gaiuti in upper esh. I don't know if it's in upper
Well, Brian,
esh.
it was for us, Gaiute. I thought of you,
Gaiute.
the rabid Phish fan in me. Salutes and sees the rabid Phish fan in you. So it was very special in my heart. I think
feel like
it sent me a lot of places.
It's the last
great
song
composition
of 1.0. You got Petrichor and you've got that one fucking Forward People. Where did that thing go? That was amazing. That thing needs to come back. Do you remember Forward People?
No.
Oh, yes.
Is that a 2.0? I don't know.
No. It was a pandemic song that Trey just put out, like one thing. It was like sort of between. The picture of it. It's a Petrichor kind of song. It goes on and there's tons of movements. It's like fucking the best song ever. It's like Unbroken Chain. It's like one of those.
I do.
Will we ever get it?
So much.
Oh my god! You have to go. Go
I love an Unbroken Chain. I'm looking at back on the train. All right, so we got the Gaiuti, huge composition. Back on the train, that always reminds me of Joe. He went to Cass's school and played it when she was little, and it was just this kind of, again, it's like a nostalgic song for me. And then we got that fun, most events aren't planned, which that was the one. This sounded like LCD Sound System to me, who I think I'm going to see later in the year, but I thought it was great.
Joe taught me.
Back on the Train?
No, he taught me. My guitar's out there.
I
A
was going to say
C D C down.
ACDCFAG. Yep.
Anyway, sorry. There's tons of songs that remind me of Joe that he taught me, and
I know. That
Redemption
was.
Song is another one. He was like, "Why the fuck can't you play?" He got so angry at me because I couldn't remember the chords to Redemption Song.
Joe.
Dun 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 dun. It's not that fucking hard. He was. Oh man, I miss Joe.
He was
Get on
not
the
a
Train.
great
That's a total trade.
teacher.
That's a total Joe song. Complete. And
Yeah.
then most events aren't planned. Like huge. Most events aren't planned. Fan. I am. I
I
love that
like
song.
it a lot.
I
It
love
stayed
it.
really focused. They played it one year, well, that one time at Madison Square Garden when they played it. But I think I want to say like April 2022 when they did the Earth Day shows. There was one night where they played Most Events Aren't Planned. I think it was the last night of the run. And it got so noodly and it got really out there. And I remember Chris Kuroda shine this light really focused on the crowd, the circle light, and they were like kind of like, hey guys, follow me, I know how the song goes, we got to get back to it. And I
That's
remember
funny.
having this interpretation of Chris really being like fifth band member, like, I got to get you guys back in, and they were just kind of following us, so he did it with the lights. But this Most Events
Interesting.
Aren't Planned, I thought was like really modern. Page's synth sounds are so good, and like Mike's bass was so big, and like I said, it sounded really modern and very like LCD Sound System esque. I really loved that. But then the second set, Bri, read the whole thing through. It's a perfect set. It was so good. All the timings were
Simple, which
right.
didn't really strike me as a Colorado song. I've come to associate that so much with
New York.
New York, but I still absolutely love it. But it just seemed like a weird song to open the set. Then what's going
I
through your
think that
mind,
whole We've Got a Band felt like it was very
It was the
vibey.
vibey thing that you were
It
talking
was
about earlier.
so
Okay.
vibey. Yeah.
Then the fucking tweezer, no quarter, down with disease ghost. That
Dude,
was
that shit
insane. That
was
was so
insane.
good. That was fun. That was
I
really
really
fun.
like what's going through your mind. Mind.
Yeah,
I
this whole
like the
thing.
lyrics. I like the story. I like the part about the zipper in the wall and finding a way out of the party and into like some kind of like cosmic consciousness. It reminds me of Bob Dylan's song. I think it's fucking so cool. But yeah, that tweezer was ooey gooey. And the no quarter was so rich
Yeah.
and patient and thrashy.
And Page
And
was really singing his heart out for
he
like the last
was,
five
he
songs.
sounded great.
He sounded really, and he's like, if you see him on Couch Tour and the cameras are up close to him, he's singing with abandon. He is not phoning anything in. He is just
No.
screaming at the top of his lungs. And
Yeah, the end of
you
it
see
where he sort
Trey
of
like looking over at him,
crescendos.
like he's smiling to hear his like just no holding
Like
back
some
whatsoever.
pride there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. I think like because I was on Page side, so there's a lot of vibe on Page side. It was this time around we were calling it Page side, Shade side because of the way that
I saw
Colorado
that.
sun was
Right.
hitting when we got in. So we're like, duh, of course we're gonna stay in the shade. We're all like old and hot anyway. So that, but yeah, the no quarter was great. Down with Disease Ghost. I mean, the fucking tweezer. I can't wait to go back. I need to like give myself like thank goodness I'm going to get on a plane cuz I can listen to the whole show on the plane ride to New York. I can't wait to just spend some time listening to this music and really conscientiously and figuring out like, oh, what did I feel? What was I thinking? Oh, okay, this is I was with Deanna. We're doing some witchy dancing. And then we get Character Zero Tweezer reprise, which Character Zero, both of them had like a little bit extra sauce on them.
Nice.
Right?
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I can like both of those songs just make me so excited. It's total bliss. It's total euphoria. It's total just like, okay, it's party time.
Yeah.
And I mean, Tweez and reprise. I mean, there's no, I really, I mean, I just feel like a reprise is like there's almost like no better song. There's like no better Phish song than a reprise.
You
Really, it's
know
like
what's better than a reprise?
what's that?
When you forget that they're
That
going
you,
to play it.
yes, that's the
And
best.
then they fucking play it, and you just kind of spaced
You're like, oh
out, and you
fuck!
were like, oh
You're like,
boy.
ah!
And Trey was so hopped
He was
on
so
it.
pumped.
He went to Mike's side and he's dancing with all the Mike's
He was
side people. And he went to the middle and then he came onto like our side and he was kicking and he was doing the rock stance and he was just so enthusiastic and
it was pretty funny.
he was in his like I wore my t-shirt stage, which
He had like
it was
he,
super
he
fun.
had the rock star state, this rock star stance. You know, I saw some
Yeah.
people in the front row,
Oh
like I
yeah.
saw the photos going around, but he had the like full on, like, you know, he's just so feeling. But the lights were like had him. It was almost as if he had like stepped out of the spotlight. The way he had come off the riser and he'd come to the front of the stage. Everybody else
Interesting.
was in light, and his empty riser was in light, but like you couldn't really see him on stage. And I just thought that there was something about that I noticed that I was like, you know, it's like when they go off because they'll come at the end of the set, they'll say, thanks so much everybody, be safe, we'll see you next tomorrow night, okay, bye now. And then when they come and do an encore, they don't, sometimes they just like walk off and don't say anything.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I can't remember specifically, but I feel like probably they didn't say anything after
Yeah,
the Tweezer reprise.
I just like, it's so cool, and it takes so much restraint to just walk off stage and to know that the fans don't don't do anything else. It's perfect as is.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't need one other thing. We don't need like a little be safe, thanks everybody. We don't need it. We just want you to be the band that we like know really, really well. And I there's something about him, like I don't know I don't know how to say it, but there was something about him like not in the spotlight that gave him the permission to kind of, I don't know what I'm saying, but
like to dance, get loose,
to
say hi to
dance, and because he
everybody,
kind of is
fucking
a dork
rock
about
out.
it. He gets a little bit corny about it, and it's
Well,
not this
that
big
was
rock
the
star
time
moment. It's like
machine.
he's let the guy feel his own, you know, song.
That's where I felt like I feel like that kind of metaphor of the Gaiudi time machine is really apt because we got that old school don't give a fuck rocker stance, step kick, high kick Trey in the encore. And I think that he went through that time machine situation also. I mean, that tweezer was old school, new school. You know, there was parts of it that sounded like this kind of 4.0 era, but with some like new sauce. And then of course, just it was so gooey, and that's just the song. But it's whatever. Trey's been playing a lot in his effects, and I think whatever he's been playing around with, he's getting that gooey tone that I think is really satisfying the dancers in the audience.
I love like when a tweezer comes on and like you know it's going to be a hot one, or like it may or may not. I don't know. There's moments in a show where you're like, this is signaling something. A Buried Alive opener, which I think has sort of lost its English, but like there's some, or a
I'm not
AC/DC
going to
bag,
argue with you. Yeah.
but a tweezer, it's like when you look over at your buddy and you're like, you buckled in, you know, did you
Oh,
make
I
sure that
want
the
you
front
to
door is
feel
locked
that
because
for real,
we're
Brian.
blasting
I'm
off.
just dying for you to come see a show with me. I want to
Oh my
share
god,
that
I just
moment with
love
you.
that so much. You're like, oh my god, this is
I
gonna
want
be
to
it.
share
This is
that with you.
it. Here we go.
Probably the easiest place to get from Tokyo has got to be what? New York? The most
I
affordable?
don't know. It's gonna give me an anxiety attack to even think about it. I don't want to think about it. Let's get through this last show, and then I gotta hop off. I'm like super, super behind. We're gonna
Okay.
blast through this, okay?
Do
Or do
it.
you wanna hang on to it until the next go?
No, we got to talk about this because this is when they mention all the reading songs and reading the book. And there was all the. Yeah, no, this was the set for
Okay.
our podcast.
Okay, but unfortunately, I don't have 15 minutes to dedicate to this. I have
All right, we can
5
just
or
talk about it. I
7.
have
Okay,
two. I think I only have one story to tell.
Okay, buried alive meet equals settle in, folks. It's going to be a hot one. It's
Gonna be a hot one.
whatever you do, take care of your shoes. It's never miss a Saturday night show either, right? This is a buried alive. This is your Sunday night show, a 3-night run. You're not getting a Sunday night, so this is your Sunday night, and we're opening it with a buried alive for you.
There were people that I saw wearing "Never Miss a Sunday Show" T-shirts, which
On
was kind
Saturday.
of it was like kind of
Awesome.
cheeky. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
46 days. In the I don't know what in baseball what the second spot is called, but that's where a 46 days belongs. It doesn't. It belongs in like, okay, with the
That
show
or a
started.
closer, show closer. 46 days is
Really?
great. A set
Okay. Oh,
closer
sure. That's nice too.
for a
Yeah.
set
Okay.
closer.
Birds of a feather. I actually like kind of napped off in my chair. I didn't. I like wow. Like
Well,
woke up and I was like,
you
we're at the
closed
end
your
of
eyes
birds.
and you missed it. 6:30, but fun to hear. I was like, oh yeah, that. Which I
Okay.
love
Short
birds. I
birds.
often hear the melody in other songs. It wraps around the same way that Norwegian Wood wraps around. It's the really similar chord structure. So those songs kind of like they have an overlay. Then we got Sigma Oasis. You're already there
What was the
into
you mentioned you referenced Sigmo the other day in a conversation we had. Maybe it was you were already there, but I like Sigma Oasis. I feel like it's got
I
like a
like it
bouncing
too.
quality to it.
I
It's
think
like
it's really fun to sing along to. Take off, take off, take off your mask. The fear's
right.
an illusion. So don't even ask. You're finally weightless. It's like almost like that permission song to just like let your thoughts go. Who cares who's next to you? Just like let's just be together in this song. I really love it a lot actually. It
What can
does
you
have
say
a
about
kind of bouncing thing, maybe.
the Bowie? Hold on. Let's just skip over the Bowie real quick. Everything that you just said about Oasis, I think you could, or Sigma Oasis, I think you can also say about Evolve. I feel the same thing about Evolve. It's like I like the lyrics, I like the vibe of it, I like
Yeah.
the like it just is like I'm kind of like and then like no, wait a second, I like this song, actually I really like this song, and this is like I want the band to keep making music, and this is a indicator that they're still putting themselves out there, and this is a good song, and it's like thank God we're still getting good songs. So Sigma Oasis and Evolve, I feel like they're kind of like cousins of the song
Yeah,
cousins.
they're definitely like in that same family. So David Bowie, what do I want to say about it? It's not the one that we want. And I thought that I won bingo on the David Bowie. So I got in the Gaiuti. I was a David Bowie away from winning fucking bingo. And so they play David Bowie. I get so excited. I go from like the third row, like right with Reiko, so close to the stage. And I go find my crew that I played bingo with. And I'm like, Brian, I got bingo. He's like, sweetie, somebody got bingo yesterday. And I was so sad. And all
Oh,
my posse kind of came around me and I was just
like it's
meh.
okay.
And I kind of like leaned back and they all just held me. And they're like, we still love you even if you didn't get bingo. And then me and Cara were dancing and she fucking danced her titty out of her bra
Nice.
during the David Bowie. So I feel like I still won like titty bingo at least. So it was just really fun. I
Guys, this
just
is Andrea. This is my friend
I went
Andrea. This
on
is
a
the
big
kind of shit
emotion.
she says. I won titty bingo at Phish. This is what she
Well,
says.
it was Cara's titty that flew out of her
You're such
bra,
a
but she
weirdo.
loves. It wasn't me. I just it would
So
happen. I
funny.
was like, did your tits just fall out of your bra? And she
Awesome.
was very high. She's like, yeah, I think so. I just tucked it back in there. She's got some big
Okay,
titties.
so a few quick comments here. Gayudi is like a classical song to me. Totally agreeing.
Yes, yeah.
It's like
I'm
a
with you.
masterful.
I'm with
I
you,
think it's
Matt.
going to go down as like it's been played by the symphonies and it's been played by school. Like
Yeah.
schools are learning Gayudi, and I
Get
think it's
back
going to
on
be
the train.
was funky and groovy.
It's such a
Love the
great.
end of most events aren't planned since 17. Yeah, great, great.
Yeah, that jam where it sort of modulates bum 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 bum. It's like
Oh,
it's
that's cool. Yeah, I know the
yeah,
part you're
it
talking about. Dun, dun,
revs it up.
dun.
It has this kind of revving thing, whatever those whatever like the mode is or whatever the chord structure is, it's really emotionally effective. I love the end
Yeah,
of it too.
Chris's rig is ridiculous. Unmatched is unmatched. Yeah. Um, Second set was the bomb. Encore was meh. Chalk Dust and Tweet Prize. You're calling Tweet Prize meh? What's
I'm
wrong
sorry.
with
No,
you?
wait. The encore was meh. No, I disagree with this. Oh
But I
no,
do.
that's he's talking about the second. I'm talking about the third night.
Okay, let's
We'll
keep
get
going.
to Buffalo Bill Harry Hood. That's the other thing I
He
want
was
to
pulling
just.
Bobby Stash rushes.
Yes, yes. High knee pumps. High knee pumps. It's almost as good as when he like pumps his fists at the end of the show, you know, when he's
Yeah,
psyched. Yeah. But
it's
like a
okay.
knee pump is even better. We're here for it. A
He's
knee pump is like
just so.
Mike's
It's like,
orange
oh my
bathtub.
god!
You're
Can you
just like,
imagine Mike doing a knee pump?
I want to see that.
Me too.
I want to see
Uh,
that.
I like seeing the page flourish. You know, the page like it's you get a good view of that on Couch Tour. You see he does the piano. He'll like
Oh,
play
his hand. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he'll do like the
You didn't like
14-year-old
character
like yeah. I
zero.
don't-
Where was the character zero in the second set?
Zero was
Or
the
was the encore?
second night encore before
Oh,
reprise.
I'll take a zero anytime. That's
Me
just like
too. I love a
I
zero. Bold
love
breeze,
singing
baby.
along to it. I love the just
The
like
Man
ah.
Mulcahy. Who knows what the fucking Man Mulcahy is? Nobody even knows what that is. What is it?
I don't know what a Mulcahy. It sounds
Mm.
like an old Scottish family that lived down the street. Old man Mulcahy.
Oh, Man Mulcahy.
He lives in the back of Mike's house in the brown room or something.
Let's see. Last year and a half has been anything this century for me. No joke. Has last year?
Anything this century. What does that mean?
Not sure. I gotta help Miss Spuds. Okay, Miss help Spuds get into bed. All right. Well, thanks for
Oh.
tuning in, Spuds. She's
Yeah, great
paralyzed
to
from the belly
hang
down.
out
Oh my
with you,
god, good
bud.
grief.
Hopefully we're not too like
Oh
rambly for you
no,
and
we
you
definitely are
enjoyed
rambly, but we're
our
not
time.
apologizing for it. We're just owning it. Yeah, yeah. I'd
Strong
love
and
to come
wrong.
there,
This is
man.
improv.
Strong and wrong. Love you
Oh,
guys. Thanks for the evening. Hey, man. Thanks for being here. Set the gear shift to the high gear of your soul. You've got to run like an antelope, out of control.
thanks, Ninja
Zachary in
Cat.
the house, dude. Amazing weekend. Here, Herring. Oh, Jimmy Herring. And a lot of people say Boulder. Oh, no, not Jimmy Herring.
Hearing, he meant,
Hearing.
not
A lot
Jimmy.
of
He's
people.
Jimmy Hearing, a lot of
He's
people say.
saying Boulder over Dix. Oh, yeah, sure, man. Dix is. I don't. I mean, I don't want to talk shit about Dix because I know you guys are like
Well,
giant
yeah,
dickheads,
you don't
but
know until you
I
go.
know, but it doesn't look that impressive from Couch Tour.
It's
Folsom was like the thing that everybody sort of was talking about. It was that there was nobody. There was nobody there. It was like half the stadium was empty, but it's a huge stadium too, right?
It's over double the capacity of Dick's. And
Yeah, it's huge.
I heard that maybe Don did not sell as many tickets as he needed to make his money back. But I saw him on night two when I was walking back in the Timber Hoe. I ran into Nadia from Madison House. I ran into Don Strasberg. He did not seem fussed. He seemed so happy. There was so much joy. He said hi. He gave me a hug. I was like, oh, he's remembering me. I love this. But also, like, I got to say, like, thank you so much. Like, we are so happy to have Phish here, and thank you for doing this for all of us. I don't think he gives a shit if the show makes money this year, but it felt good, and I could really see it growing as time goes on to be one of these places. You know, Phish loves a challenge. And I would imagine, I was saying this to a lot of people this weekend, that looking into the mirror of an unfilled stadium, they're gonna like that's gonna be an itch they're gonna want to scratch until it sells out. It just
Wow, man,
that
that's a bold comment. Nice. I like that way of
I got
thinking.
that impression. I heard some stuff in the music that made me feel like and I don't know if it's like just psychic or I'm just high and imaginative, but I felt like I was hearing the sort of emotionality of a story of like, how fun would it be to keep coming back here and like have our grandkids here one day and have all our families here? And, you know, I felt this kind of like future nostalgia in the music for Boulder. So I think it's going to happen again. Maybe not next year. I think they'll go back to Dick's, but I think that the Folsom, because night one was so much Grateful Dead sound in the music. I don't know if you guys heard that, but to me, I was hearing Grateful Dead the whole first night. I felt like Trey was feeling like Grateful Dead vibes in that stadium. And I feel like there was this longing to like want to come back until they could fill it up with everybody's family and friends in the future. It's like 53,000 people, something like that.
Okay, that's a big crowd. Yeah, I think there was like 30,000 at Mondegreen, and there was like
Yeah, maybe
70,000
32.
at like Great Went and Clifford Ball. So there's some interesting dynamics happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so then Blaze on Lizards. Lizards is suited for Red Rocks. Please save that for Red Rocks, I think. But yes, the lizards can exist up there in the Flatirons. I think maybe it was fine. And A Day
Yeah.
in the Life. I mean, how that's a golden ticket song right there. I
Oh
love it.
my God, Brian. I didn't cry during it, but when we all sang, having read the book, I'd love to turn you on. Oh, like just thinking about it, I just want to weep. I thought of you. I thought about our podcast. I thought
Aw.
about being a teacher. I was surrounded by my students' parents who were all high as a kite. I ran into several of my students on the floor. I was telling you, they gave me stickers. We had great catch up. My vice principal was one of the security guys at the very head of the stage.
Whoa, whoa,
He,
whoa, whoa. So wait. Say that again.
my vice principal
Your
at
vice
Boulder,
principal was moonlighting?
he moonlights as security. He's a big guy. He's like the
That's
athletic
fucked
director.
up.
He's
That's
worked
fucked
for the
up.
Phish shows at Dick's for the last several years.
Yeah, but why is a you say vice principal? Is that what you said?
Yeah, he's a beefy guy. He likes to
Well,
see
he's still a beefy
concerts. He
guy, but
likes
like, why is a vice principal of a school is it having to moonlight at anything at all?
Well, not to like give too much of his story away, but he got divorced recently and like he's got to
Okay,
keep
anyway,
himself, we all need
I just
money.
I know, but
It's a great gig for him. It
good.
honestly, he's the right person to keep everybody safe because that's what he does
Okay,
at
what's his
work.
name? Oh no, don't say his name. But I want to. Yeah, I want to give him a fist bump when I see him at
His
the
name
show.
is
No,
Bishop.
no, no, no. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But
And at the end of the run, he said, "Okay, Miss Rawson, see you in August." And I said,
oh,
"Okay, Mr.
nice,
Bishop, I'll see you at school. Have a great rest of the summer." And
wonderful.
yeah, so I was just all the people, and they're playing the Beatles, and oh man, it was fucking
I thought like
awesome.
it was you forget that like that because Page is so good at it, right? He sang the No Quarter earlier in the night.
Yeah, yeah.
Then he sings,
The
or was it
night
the night
before.
before, right? And then he sings
Yep,
Day in the Life. He's so good at it. His voice is so fitted for it, and
it
he's
is.
singing his heart out. And then you forget that when it goes to the dum dum dum
Wake
dum
up.
dum, wake up, that goes to Trey,
Yeah, Ghost
and
Trey.
Trey sings that, and then you suddenly think like, who is that? That's Paul in the. Is that how it goes? Is it Paul?
Yeah,
Who
I
I
think
forget
you're
who it
right.
is. And you just think of those guys like Trey and Paige, because you don't think of those guys as necessarily like certainly not Paige, at least. Like you don't think of, I don't know that even though I don't pair the like Mike and Fish up and Paige and Trey. I don't pair any of them up really, except maybe for Trey and Fish. Do you know what I mean?
Do you mean vocally or just
No,
like
I
as
just
a
mean like in like
unit?
a
It's not
unit.
like a Lennon McCartney thing.
No,
It's a
no, it's
more
not. But it was cool to see
egalitarian.
him in that capacity, like to see them, like just imagine them as like that, like as and they do, but they do have their duo. They do have their singing dynamic duo that Mike doesn't sing on. Whenever Mike comes in as a third harmony and singing that high, wah, whatever he might be singing, I love it. I live for it. But those two guys singing their hearts out, man, I'm just like, I really, really love that. I really love those two juxtapositions. Neither of them like virtuous singers, and yet both of them like, it's like the difference between like somebody who could sing a lot better than them and like holding back versus like them singing at the absolute limit of what they
Yeah,
can sing and the
yeah.
absolute passion of what they have to offer. And I just saw Paige just singing his freaking heart out. So anyway,
He gets that vein.
I know, and he's just like the spit's coming out of his mouth. He's just like shouting, his teeth are out
Yeah,
there, and he's like,
yeah.
"Oh, dude, he's just trying so hard." In a moment like that, I'm like, "Dang, these guys! Like, they really." It's like they don't have to do this.
No,
They don't have to be doing this, and
no.
it's just,
Mike could just be a designer in Vermont
I
and
know.
remodel other people's houses, but The itch is real. And to hear the Beatles after, for me having written that article calling out my first show with the Beatles, it was like, again, cosmic convergence. So then we had, Brian, a 17-minute set break.
Wow. Tonight there was a 20-minute set break.
It is so short. So I was in the bathroom for Wilson, and I'm like trying to figure out, is the toilet seat up or down because it's dark now? And finally the white lights go around. So it's got like the searchlight kind of thing.
Oh,
And
cool.
so I was like, okay, it looks safe. I could sit down.
They had porta potties. They didn't let you. They don't have like proper toilets in the stadium.
So if you go up the stairs and you go into the field house, you can get a proper toilet, but you can't hear the music. Everything I don't think there's speakers in the field house. So I wasn't going to miss the music. But I'd been on the line and the lights go down. Everybody cheered. I'm like, I'm fucking stuck in a bathroom line. 17 minutes. There had been a rain delay. And the NIMBYs of Boulder had complained that the show went late on the first night. So they were trying to be respectful. And we had a no rain. I felt 3 raindrops. There had been some lightning.
I saw the pictures of the lightning. There was amazing pictures.
That was the first night. There was that. But there was a little bit of weather, and there was caution, and there's rules. If a lightning strikes within 10 miles, you have to pause for 30 minutes until it's gone. So everybody was kind of tracking that storm, and I was with some folks who work in like rock and roll management, and they tour manage, so they know all the thing. And I said to my friend Todd, I'm like, are you getting up? He's like, no, we're going to sit here. It's fine. But like, it's going to be 30 minutes. So like, which was, I won't tell that story because who knows who's watching, but you make choices and then oopsie, we got to wait 30 minutes, but your choices are starting to digest and everything gets a little like that last extra half hour of waiting was a little, shall we say, skin crawling and slightly uncomfortable. Slightly uncomfortable. But then...
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, well, we got the Wilson. Andy's in the bathroom. I'm walking back. We get Fuego, which was great. Fuego was really interesting. My friend back into Fuego, and we got that mashup of the Fuego, my friend, which was really cool. Again, I can't wait to listen mindfully to this set. Then the Cross-Eyed and Painless was super fun, too. And then the Everything's Right More combo struck me as a little kind of cheesy in terms of song selection, but also really heartening in terms of like the hippie Boulder messaging. So I was having a little bit of like emotional cognitive dissonance. I was loving the music, but I was a little bitchy about the song selection, but I was just I felt like I was getting this like white light heart healing like musical medicine. It was very cosmic. And then the Slave to the Traffic Light brought tears to my eyes, and I have not had that happen at Phish in years, and so that was really beautiful. I can't wait to listen to this set again. It's not in my mind. It's like the second night stuck out. What did you think about this second set?
This was, I mean, I think it was great. It was a great set. I don't really have a comment on it. It was like somewhat, I wasn't there, I've watched it. I think like sometimes I'm like locked in, I'm like chatting with Michael. I'm like, are you listening to this? And he's like, oh, fuck yeah. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. And he's like, I know. But sometimes I'll just like, it's in the middle of my day. So I might be working. It might just be like background noise to me a little bit. And sometimes I kind of like, I have to stop and be like, whoa, something's happening here. And like, I'll have to unplug. I think I just kind of was like, my friend is like, for me, that's like,
that's our starter pack.
That's a starter pack, right? That's a very special song. Wilson too. I think like I was at one of the Wilson shows that like the second Wilson where the crowd started shouting Wilson. So that always feels really special to me. And I love Wilson. And
that was the Red Rock show, Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
or no, that was the Hood, Harry Hood chant.
Oh, that actually maybe I'm conflating. That's true, but Wilson too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of those things happened around the same time.
Crowd participation.
Yeah, I was thinking a song tonight needs crowd participation. There was a song tonight that I was like, we need. Do you want to see the set list? I'm not gonna.
Well, no, let's finish because my last thing I want to talk about the encore.
Mole needs some aside. Mole, we need to come up with a little thing for Mole. Mole needs a little crowd moment, I think. Okay, and anyway, but yeah, Slave. I put Slave as well. Slave, my friend. Fuego also, like Fuego means like a
It's
lot to
been
me. I feel
doing a
like
lot.
what's that?
It's been doing a lot. Like the last couple of years, it goes.
Fuego is like a song that to me it's like a modern day character zero. It's like it's like it equals good. It equals good vibes. Just the song itself. It doesn't even have to be like a great Fuego. It just means that like we're giving you some fire. We're pouring some gasoline on this show.
Yeah.
So
Viking
yeah.
warriors with
Viking
animal
warriors and
heads.
animal heads. Da,
A
da, da,
girl
da, da.
begins to levitate.
And yeah, those are just
Fucking love that. Like, let's go. I'm with you. I'm the girl. I'm levitating. Take me. Take me. All right, then for the encore, Bri, we got Buffalo Bill, Super Bust Out, and Harry Hood. Now, let me ask you, do you know the story of Buffalo Bill?
the actual Buffalo Bill or the song of the Buffalo Bill.
No, the Phish reference, the sort of like below the surface meaning, the euphemism to be Buffalo
No, I
Billed.
probably don't. But there's two Buffalo. I think there's two Buffalo Bills. There's two. I think there might. Anyway, tell me. I don't know. I don't know it.
Looking for owls, the young man said, trying to lighten the tension. And then it goes on to tell this story about a guy. When they found him in the woods, he was tied to a log, bent over, and buffalo billed. And then it goes into the Buffalo Bill, Buffalo Bill. I see a lot of shows with a gang of gay men. And if I'm not mistaken, the euphemism to be Buffalo Billed in Phish World is to get butt fucked. Now, the gays love this song, and it's much more dark and then like say Brian and Robert, which there's this gay Phish group, like a singles group called Brian and Robert, where you could go hook up with other gay guys on tour. It's like there's Grinder and then there's like the Brian and Robert crew. But Buffalo Bill to be in this whole gang, like I have a really great,
You learn
vibrant
something new every day.
gang of gay men that love Phish that I love to go on tour with. So I felt like it was a nod to like our fucking gay boy crew because people were getting Buffalo Bill through the evening. And then the Harry Hood was just, you can feel good. It was a great closer.
Okay. There you go, folks. From Andrea.
It's not just me. You can look at the internet. It's a dark and sticky
place. I'm just saying we got a take. It's your take.
It's not just my take, but
everybody was getting Buffalo Billed and they can feel good about Hood. That probably has a euphemism, a double entendre as well, right?
I don't know. I just heard long exhale.
Maybe they were just
everybody.
feeling it.
Long exhale.
Okay.
I mean, I'll keep my prostate talk to myself, I guess.
No,
but
it's fine. It's welcome here. I don't mind it. I'm a little embarrassed, but it's not because it's if you can talk about it, it's fine.
Well, I'll just say this: at the end of the show,
the masturbation tool, titty bingo, butt fucking. What else did we talk about? Anyway, this is the mind of Andrea. Here we go.
The internet is a wild and free place in some corners.
I love it. It's great. Go for it.
People are gay and they have sex, and that's how it goes. So, many other things to say there too. So at the end of the night, we get on our bikes and we find the secret pathway through the buildings. And they built this new ramp that you can bike down with trippy lights. And we end up on the bike path and we go to the Boulder Theater where the Motet is playing A Night of Jamiroquai.
Wow, that was the same night?
Yeah.
Wow, lucky.
And so I end up going backstage because my former partner, my co-parent, plays in the band. and I'm chit-chatting with somebody.
Is his band. He doesn't
It's
play
his
in the
band.
band.
It's Dave's band. And then get who should pop out from the backstage but my son in us. It's hot. It's like 100 degrees, and my son is in a woolen little beanie cap and a sweater. And he's like, I heard the timbre of your voice float downstairs to the backstage. And like, hi, mom. And so Milo came out on the dance floor, got so much love. We sang Jamiroquai right into his face and danced with Milo for like, I don't know, 5, 6 songs. And then, wouldn't you know, that sweet sober boy bicycled me home. I have a bike with a back seat on it, and he biked me home. My sober son got his mom home safely at the end of the
That's
night
sweet.
after stars in his eyes, just like
Stars in your eyes.
Oh yeah, sure, for my son, but he had stars in his eyes for his dad and the band and the crowd and all the
That's sweet.
friends, and it was like the best end of the run personally for my like community heart. It checked all my boxes. It was just as sweet as we could be. And the show was packed. They sold it out. I mean, it was just like just sweating, like
Was it
so
an
hot.
after show sort of thing?
Yeah, it was an after show, and they played all Jamiroquai music, so it was just a dance party, and the band sounded great.
At the theater?
At the theater, yeah.
Wow, wonderful.
So that was really fun. And then Davey came over afterwards, and he ended up sleeping over in the studio, and then we got to wake up as a family. Me and Dave are not together, but we're really good fam, and it's so special when I imagine my son, whose parents split up a long time ago, that like we can do the like family hang, and it's just really super sweet. So it was a lovely time in Boulder.
Good people.
Good people indeed. Indeed. A lot of old schoolers.
There are places I remember. It's very nice. It's a very sweet story there, Anne, and I'm glad that you shared it with me. And it sounds like it was fun to experience it myself, but it was also fun to like hear it from somebody who was actually there. So it was fun. It was fun to recap of. But I'm just like I've blown it off. I've blown off what I'm supposed to be doing, but I really need to get out of here because
I know. How long did we go?
We went too long.
How many people were watching live? Over 5?
There's like 3 of us barely.
Well,
no, there's 6 of us, but we appreciate. I just shout out to Ninja Cat Matt.
4D
left a lot of comments. 4D Man kind of came
Dave
and went.
Watts, yes, Ninja Cat Matt. Yeah. Dave Watts. That's my baby daddy and my fam.
Okay, and Spuds McKenzie, Zachary Belfer was here. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was just what did we say, like small but mighty, we're just like we do our thing, and if it's your jam, then we are happy to have you here, and if it's not, we get it. We've been lampooned for loving this band our whole lives. We're out and proud. We just love them unapologetically.
We enjoy ourselves. You enjoy us. We want you to be happy, and
we want you to be happy. This is your song too.
We're all reading this book together.
Read the book. That's a great advice. Read the book.
That's okay, well,
yeah, it was just the 4 or 5 of us. It's quaint. It's very it's just 4 or 5 of us.
Exclusive, even.
It's very exclusive. I don't know how we. I don't think it's a goal of ours to necessarily like garner more fishiness out there, but
I would rather stay small and mighty for as long as possible and stay consistent and not feel like weird
I don't feel that way either.
Pressure.
But by all means, if you have some fishy friends out there who want to come and hang out, please tell them about it. And anybody who liked and subscribed and shared and commented, thank you very much.
We're grateful. Brian, it's great to see you. Sorry, we
yeah, it means I gotta do some overtime today, but whatever, it'll get done. I gotta
Alrighty.
get to it. Well, all right, lots of love.
Gayute. The rabid Phish fan in me sees and recognizes the rabid Phish fan in you. Gayute, time machine. Thank you, Phish, for Folsom.
All right, bye everybody.
Fun. Love
Bye,
you,
Ann.
Bri.
See you on the next one. Yeah, if we can squeeze in another one, let's stay in touch and we'll try to get it on the calendar. Yeah,
Maybe I can podcast from New York in Mom's basement,
on
or
the cruise ship. Okay, we're
oh
waiting.
God, that no, not we're not podcasting from a cruise ship, but
Okay,
I'll tell
well,
you. I'll let you know, because then I'm going to go to Forest Hills and maybe SPAC. So we'll see what happens.
SPAC. We're keeping our fingers crossed. We get Andrea needs a ticket to SPAC. She needs some SPAC magic.
I do. Thank you for saying that. It's really kind, Bri. Good looking
All
out, bro.
right, have a good one, everybody.
We'll
Thanks,
see you next
everybody.
time.
Bye, Ann.
Read the
Love
book.
you.
Bye.
See ya.
Love you.
Bye.